What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. What is up? Soci Lar. Let's get this party started. You say,
Good
yes, we
evening, good
are going to
evening.
get the party started. Big dog. Hope everybody's doing well this evening. Not too sure where you are, where you're listening from, where you're tuning in from, where you're watching from, but I send you guys positive vibes. Um, Before we get started, I wanted to remind everybody that Res Life is collecting some donation help. They were in a bad car accident this past weekend and they need some help. So if you guys want to donate to their cause, I will comment the Cash App that you can. If anybody wants to donate, they can Cash App them directly, not to anybody else, but to them directly. And I'm gonna get that Cash App for you guys right now. Unless anybody else knows it and they can stick it in the comment down below, you're more than welcome to do that. Let's send them as much love as we possibly can because they're going through a really rough time right now, and I believe that as far as being on YouTube, from being on YouTube with different community, different from different just different content creators in general, I feel like we're supposed to be a community and help out as one. So now is our chance to do so. Like I said, they did get in a car accident and they do need help as far as like fundings for whatever they need to use it for because those two are both they are both they're basically co-workers and then they basically work for themselves. So obviously after this such a bad car accident, they're not going to be able to work for a while. So we could just help them out as much as we can. It doesn't really matter how much you're willing to give, $5, $20. It really doesn't matter because anything will help. Anything will help. So if you guys can do that, that would be really awesome. Let me get you their Cash App real quick. But right now, tonight, we will be on the live with none other than Symone from Lil Rezzy's family of three. And I'm super excited to have Symone on the live because her and I have been we every time I hang out with Rezzy and she's in the area and it's like we it almost seems like her and I are beefing, but we're not really beefing. You know, we just kind of mess around, but it just cracks me up because I always tell her that she talks a lot of shit, and she says the same thing to me too. So I don't know, but um, we're gonna have her on the live tonight, and I got some things to ask her, and I just want to have a conversation with her too, just like I did with the other girls on the live. So I want to give a shout out to Navajo Mama, Rezi, and then also Sierra Johnson for joining my lives a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago. So Navajo Mama said she's down to do another one, so I want to feature her probably like in the next couple months, maybe like next couple weeks actually, to do like a follow up interview, follow up um, conversation. I think that'll be pretty cool. And also, I know that Sierra was down to try to do something. Not Sierra. Christmas was down to do something too. So hopefully we get those in the works. But I do know I have the lovely life is going to join me, and then also Anna Lynn is going to join me. And I did send out a couple more. I did send out a couple more emails asking other people to join. I sent the email to What Would Kitty Do also. I'm still just waiting for some responses. And Navajo Man also. But I kind of want to ask Navajo Man if we could hold his interview off and then bring in his wife so that we can have a conversation. I'm not too sure exactly how well he'll he'll how okay he'll be with that. So I don't know. We're just we're just waiting for responses. So good evening, K Dizzle R6, and then good evening, Erickson Billy. Erickson Billy says praying for Brandon, Pam, and the family. Exactly. Thank you. Leo says, "Yacht, hey, what's up, Leo? That's my boy Leon from my boy Kenyan. He's from Kenya. I don't know how to else to describe Leon, but being from Kenya, mm, I'm not really finding that Cash App. So if anybody knows the Cash App, please feel free to put it onto the comment section below. So we're just waiting for our special guest to join, Miss Chanto. What's up? I hope you guys all had a good day today. It was a good day for me. I actually bought some groceries, and for the first time in a long time, I cooked a home cooked meal. I had a home cooked meal. I got a big brisket, like that big, right? And I just kind of cut it up into pieces, and then I put it in bags, and I'm saving it for this whole week. So now I had I had put a big piece of that brisket, like that big. It was literally that thick, and I put it on the brisket, and I made it this afternoon along with some eggs, a loaf of bread, and look a little those little loaf of bread thingies, and then I had some jalapenos and some green onions with that, and yeah, it was pretty delicious. So now I have a leftover steak that I'm waiting to just eat in a little while. But we are almost ready to start this live. She is waiting to be let in. I don't have the. Let me. I'm waiting to let her in. Let me see. Let me add a guest. Let me resend. All right, I just sent the link again. What up, bro? Love the podcast. Thank you, man. What's up, David? Erickson Billy just posted the Cash App. So if anybody here wants to help out um, Res Life and his family, yeah, it's summertime, but yo, it's cold. It's hot. It's cold in here because the AC's on full blast. Let's see, Cash App. We get let's see, Res Life Cash App. Um, you guys got to do it again, Symone. Do it again because you did pop up. I added you, but then it didn't. I don't know what happened to it. So try it again one more time. If it don't work, I'll resend you the link again. Looks like my head is on fire. This is me when I'm thinking at night. Hmm. Hmm. This was me when I was making that song. What is it called? The song that I just recently made. I forgot, but it was in one music video. Let me resend the link again, right? I guess. All right, I just resent the link again, so try that out again, guys. She's not in. I don't see her on my side, bro. I don't see her. Do you guys see Symone? I don't see her, Symone. Tell her to try it again. All right, just hold on, guys. We are getting Symone from Lil Rez's family of three joining the live here soon. I think we are having some technical difficulties with the link. I sent the link. They said that they were in, but she's not in. So tell her to rejoin the live again. Maybe she doesn't want to do it. All right, there. She's in. I'm going to push add. Ready? Add. Oh, there you go. What's up,
Okay, cool.
Symone?
What's up? I need that. I need to take that. You're gonna have to use my mom's. Hold on. Let me get this situated. There was like something going on. Hold
What's
on.
up,
Hooking
Rezi?
up to the. What's up?
Someone said that
Let me
Symone might
get.
not want to join the live.
We're having technical difficulties, guys. Let me get her set up. We're all set
It's
up,
all
man. I
good.
don't know. I don't want to work with the internet sucks here, and it
It's
didn't
all
want to
good.
work with the phone internet, so we had to do find different routes to try to make this work.
It's okay.
But how you guys doing? How's it going?
It's going good. There's 82 people
I'm
watching
sorry.
right
I'm
now.
live.
You want to say hello to everybody before you
Sorry.
bounce, Rezi?
You gonna say hello?
Hello, Rez. Oh, hello, Rezi. What's up? Crazy arguing, yelling at each other.
You need to get out of here. He was just
All
supposed to
right.
say hi.
Yeah, but I was
You want to
trying
say
to
what's
get her
up?
set up.
Looks good.
Hi,
The setup
everybody.
looks good.
Sorry, like I said, I'm gonna be on my ride because our baby and
I gotta take off to watch baby.
yeah, he's gotta go take off to go watch a baby girl.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. All right, Rezi. Have fun watching in the inside.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch.
You have my
Just
iPad.
kidding.
Man, this guy's been tripping too much, guys. And the iPad cord is in the bag.
You
But
guys just
anyway,
got back?
yep,
Just pulled in.
we got back like a little while ago, and then I was waiting on your link to see if it would work, and then yeah, and then we had all that difficulty. So, but yay, now I'm here.
Okay. All right. Well, are you ready? Ready to get the party
Yeah,
started?
let's get this party started.
All right. So ask me questions. Go ahead. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, okay, let me see. I got
Body
a whole
count.
list.
Just kidding.
Body count.
Ah, shit. I'm not supposed to be here.
What? I'm like, what?
Rezi, go inside. Take care of the baby.
But
All right. It's
you
good to
leave me
see you,
alone.
Rezi. We'll talk to you in a while. Don't worry.
It's
I
okay.
won't
Go
ask
take
her
off
any
my phone
questions
bill.
about you.
It's everything. I don't get it. You're gonna have to bring me out stuff. All right,
Not yet, too.
just go. Okay, later. All right, now he's gone. Man, sometimes he's be stressing me out.
Why is that? Does he listen to you?
Okay, he has anxiety.
Nah. Sorry,
So
he's just trying to look out.
yeah, I feel like we both have anxiety. So it's like it get heightened, and then like his just like he don't know how to like hone in and control his. So that's what's up.
Yeah. How was you guys' trip?
It was good. It was long. It was tiring. Um, but he does most of the driving, so I really can't complain.
Were you guys able to see Brandon and Pam?
We were able to see Brandon. He said that we could go see Pam, but just because of everything, we just felt like we didn't want to see her in that state.
Yeah.
Respect those boundaries for now and let it be family.
Yeah. Is he doing okay now?
I mean, I don't know if you could say okay, but I mean, like, well, I know Lil Reggie was saying this earlier on our live, but he was like, because, the accident happened, he probably had so much adrenaline in him for like the past 2 days. Like, so he wasn't probably feeling those aches and pains. And then today
Mm.
he's just feeling it a lot. So, and like, we got Pam stuff. We got her like vegetarian broth because, of course, she's a vegetarian. And we got her some pho, but I don't know. I just like was thinking about it. I was like, man, we didn't think about Brandon, and like his teeth are sore. So it's kind of like, damn, I should have got him something.
Yeah. It's all good though. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure they're happy that you guys came all the way over there to see them.
true, true.
Yeah. So thank you guys for all tuning in. I did put Brandon Res Life's Cash App in the comments. So if you guys want to help in any way with the donations, feel free to send some cash over there to the $ Res Life YT. That's the Cash App.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to say hello to everybody?
Hi, everybody. I'm Symone from Lil Reggie's Family of Three. It's me, my fiance, and our daughter. So that's why it's called Lil Reggie's Family of Three. So go check us out if you haven't already. But I assume most people have since they said they'd be on. A lot of our subscribers were like, we're going to hop on. So it's like, yay. Thanks for supporting me.
How is the? How did you guys land on the name Lil Rezi's Family of Three?
I think it was just because how whenever he was commenting on everybody's lives, he had Lil Rezzy, and then like we were trying to figure out like a name. And I was like, well, you might as well just add like family of three or something. So we're trying to think of like three because that's our family. But
Yeah.
we were really thinking. We were really, really thinking that. And he didn't want to use his legal name. As y'all know, he don't like to be called his legal name on the internet. If you didn't know.
Yeah, Lefty put him on blast the other day and spilt his whole real name.
I know that's what he said.
I heard somewhere that you were gonna start your own channel. Is that true or not?
Possibly. Maybe when we get more subscribers, but I don't know. I'm like, I feel like I'm not that interesting. Just kidding.
Why you say
Not too.
that?
I don't know. I feel like it was more like supposed to be for him. The channel was started for him.
Uh
But I mean, I'm the type of person don't really like a lot of attention on me. And then here I am sitting here with like 104 people watching me. Just kidding.
huh.
No, I just get
How
self
do,
conscious is all.
how does it feel from? Because you guys always used to just watch the YouTubers. Now you guys are actually making videos. How does it feel to have people watching you guys now? Does it feel weird?
Now it's pretty interesting though. Like we get recently I've been checking like our email more because in the beginning we really didn't get anything. But now in our emails, people are like messaging us and subscribing to us. So it's pretty cool.
How
Like
does
they
it feel
literally
though?
email us. I don't know, it doesn't really different. I just like it because it feels like we made like a lot more friends, you know what I mean? And
Oh
that's
yeah.
really what initially what we were hoping to do is just build friendships. So it kind of feels like we met our goal. Your background.
How, my fire went out.
You're firing it out.
How many friends were you guys trying to get? A
Oh,
lot.
we
Just
didn't
kidding.
really have like a goal. We were just like, trying to find people who like we vibe with, because me and him really were like each other's best friends. And it's kind of like we live in Durango, all of our family lives in Arizona, all of our friends live in Arizona, our pretty much our whole lives in Arizona. So we were the only ones, the oddballs out in Colorado. And of course we have friends in Colorado, but they're more like like coworker friends. You don't really want to chill with your coworker, like you're gonna see them the next day. So
That's true.
we were just really looking we're friends. So, but we found, of course, Brandon and Pam, they're super cool people. As soon as we met them, they were just like open arms. They had the same vibe at us. Like Brandon and Lil Rezzy have a lot of interests that are the same. Me and Pam have a lot of interests that are the same. So that's really how we just click. And it's really cool to find people out there that pretty much have like the same personality, like have similar interests and stuff like that. And we've never really found like a couple like that, that even has kids at like, too. Pretty cool. And of
Yeah,
course, Christmas
I
and
know.
Byron, who are like in our age group. So, and then you, of course, you and
Me and
Lefty and
Lefty.
what?
Just kidding.
Yeah, you and Lefty, we think of y'all as the couple. Like,
Yeah.
if Jamaica comes, and of course we're gonna expect Lefty to come.
Yeah, we're a couple goals for sure. I low key think that all you couples are jealous of how me and Lefty have our relationship.
Loki, y'all have a better communication than all of us. Just getting read each other's minds. Like you said, y'all
Yeah,
would have already been married by now.
it's true. So, where did you grow up at?
I grew up. I don't really know how to explain that because like I've moved around a lot. My
Hmm.
parents are divorced. That's why. So from the start, I was born in Chinle, but my parents were going back and forth because they got together when they were in college. So I went to college at NAU. So well, at the time my mom was pregnant, she was going back and forth between there and Saley, where my dad lives. So at that time, it was like summertime because I was born in July, So she was on her summer break and she had me. So the nearest hospital was Chinle,
Hmm.
and so that's where I was born. But initially, I grew up in Flag from like I was born and up until like my parents got a divorce, probably like 6, 7, somewhere around there. So I grew up in Flag up until then. And then after that, I went with my mom and we moved back. My Nolly was very understanding. My mom didn't have anywhere to go. So she accepted her back at her over at Saley. My mom was struggling, So we lived in Saley for a bit. And then after that, my
At your
mom had
dad's
met
your dad's mom's house?
my Nolly's house.
Oh, oh yeah.
My my dad's the only child, so she didn't really have any. So she kind of like thought of my mom as her child, So
Hmm.
she still,
And
to this day, she still talks to her, still comes by and everything, still treats
when
her
you
as her
guys
own
moved
kid.
back, was your dad living there?
No, he wasn't. He was living in I don't know, he was just like kind of like of course my Nolly was mad because he had left his he what he had did was cheated, so that's what happened. So, everybody kind of was mad at the situation because he had 2 kids and had left my mom for, another lady. So they're kind of on her side. So he was just,
Ah.
trying to find somewhere, staying at other relatives' place until he could, I guess, find something. But eventually he went to go live with the person he cheated with, who's actually my stepmom now.
Mm. You get along with her?
In the beginning, she didn't really like approve. I wouldn't say approve. She just kind of was like, um, I guess maybe resentful, because it's always like you're always gonna love your kids, you can't if you're gonna tell somebody to choose between your kids and the person you love, you're always gonna choose your kids. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how it was. In the beginning they would co-parent, so they would take us halfway between, where we were living. So we'd have to meet halfway, type of situation in a parking lot and then, go split ways from there.
Yeah.
So, she didn't really she kind of thought like my dad was like lying, was like going behind his back, which is understandable, like so she kind of was very controlling, like asking, "Where are you?" She would call him a lot, be like, "I don't believe you. I don't believe you're at your mom's, with your daughter." Stuff
Yeah.
like that, So, she didn't really like me at the beginning. She used to tell my step siblings like, lies and stuff like that. But now, everything's fine, everything's cleared up, our whole family's chill now. Co-parenting went good. For the least part, I would say my mom was mainly the independent, single parent, single mother.
Yeah.
But
That's
now we have a
interesting.
good relationship. I talked to my stepmom. We saw her. She really, opened arms now. So the dynamic changed.
You think that it's because she grew older or because she knew that your dad was never gonna just abandon you guys?
I think it would have more like my dad was never gonna like abandon because I was daddy's girl. He had
Hmm.
me and my brother. My brother's the oldest. He is. about 35 right now. So he's 7 years older than me. And then I came along, and then he cheated and had my stepbrother. So he's like, I believe, like 5 maybe years younger than me. So, and then of course my little sister. But I feel like it changed because my mom was the bigger person. My mom's like, she's very understanding. She's just like, I don't know how to explain it. She's just very in tune, I guess, with her emotions. She's very intuitive. So she always told me, it's not about the kids, it's not the kids' fault. So whenever my step siblings would come around or she would see them at my grandma's place, she wasn't mad about it. She would always welcome them because she always said, it's not the kids' fault. So I
Hmm.
kind of feel like that's where my stepmom kind of chilled out. It was like, okay, kind of like lead by example and don't act that way pretty much. But that's why in the situation with little Reggie, that's why I'm like, it's not the kid's fault. It really isn't their fault. So there's no reason to be mad at them. There's no reason to take it out on them. So when he told me he had kids, I was like, that's fine. You had a whole life before me.
True. Did you have you don't have any other kids besides your baby girl,
No, I don't. He met me when I was like literally barely turned legal. I was barely 22 when we first started talking.
huh? Lucky Rezzy.
And I'd
So do
gotten
you
out all
think that
my partying.
do you feel like what happened with your between your mom, your real mom and your dad? What happened between them kind of affected the way you see relationships now, or did you learn from it like positively or negatively? What do you think?
I feel like a little of both, just because like from my mom, she's a very strong and independent person. She's really gone through a lot. She has like a little bit of bigger family. She's the middle child, but I had an aunt who recently passed, and she was mentally handicapped. So she had guardianship over her. She had to take care of my grandma. She has her own family here. And so she's just kind of like the rock of our family. She's the one that brings everybody together, plans everything. So I feel like
Hmm.
with her, I've really learned to know, like it's all about family. And, she's very like, before she used to be depressed. She used to have like anxiety too. She used to have depression, that getting divorced made her bipolar and all that other stuff. So and then having to like learn how to hone in on those emotions and like learn how to not suppress them, but I guess learn how to control them and learn how to express the emotions, right? She really um the way she came out on top from all of that. So just learning from her and how she deals with things, I feel like that really has like helped me with relationships. Think of it as in a positive way. Like she's always told me, you can't change a person. You just have to accept them the way they are. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
Hmm.
I feel like those type of the way she thinks about relationships and how positive she is, I feel like that's what made me see the positive types of relationship, things in relationships. But, I love my dad. My dad, like I said, I was a daddy's girl, but it's just kind of like, he cheated on my mom about 8 times and my mom went back. So it's kinda like things like that, it just makes me really question, like, trust and true love type of thing, like or maybe it just wasn't the right person because, now he's the lady he cheated with was my stepmom, and now he's happy with my stepmom years later,
Mm.
so maybe it really is just about finding the right person.
Mm. That's like that's almost the realest shit I've ever heard you say right there, Simone. No, I'm just kidding.
Now if you
How would
talk
you
to me,
just
I'm actually a pretty chill person, it's just, getting to know me on that level.
how in 3 words how would you describe your mom?
Independent, courageous, and intelligent.
Mm. Does she know that?
She's very She does. I tell her every day. She know my before me and my mom didn't have a really good relationship. It's just because I was younger, when my parents got divorced. So I really didn't understand what happened. Because like I said, I was a daddy's girl. So I really never really understood what happened because I was like 6 when they got divorced. But my brother was the one who was older, so he has a lot of resentment towards my dad. But um, with me, it was kind of just like my mom's just like that person who just like really helped me understand and be less like hurt and hateful.
Yeah. So you feel like your mom, as she was talking to you when you were small, to not resent your dad. um, your brother just wasn't paying that much attention to it, or she didn't tell him as much, or your brother was
I think he just
just
probably witnessed more than I did,
mm,
because he's a pretty smart person. He has a master's degree. He's traveled the world and everything, so he's been pretty intelligent from early on. So I just feel like he caught up on the cues, before, and he was kind of like try not to hide it from my mom and try not to, tell her, like because there were instances where it was kind of like you question things, but I feel like he was kind of like saw more of the brunt of what was going on. So I feel like that's why he's more resentful, and he's closer
mm,
to my mom too. Her and him have more like of the mindset that's similar.
yeah. I find that guys are more close to their moms, anyways. It's like
Yeah, they are.
it's just the way it is. But
Hmm.
where is your happy place? Where do you like to go to get away from the world? Where do you like to be? Where are you the happiest?
Honestly, with my family, I have a pretty small family, so it's like me, my mom, and my brother. So just with my family, that's the core.
The
And we
three of you
hardly
guys?
are like, yeah, we're hardly the three of us are ever together. Because, like I said, my brother travels a lot. He's
Oh,
like been an ambassador for ASU. He went to NAU, he worked there, then he went to ASU, worked there, and now he's over at U of A. So he's kind of like moving further and further away from us. But he works with foreign exchange students. So when he was over at ASU, he was doing students in Pakistan. So he was going to Pakistan a lot. But even before
oh
then, he
wow.
was pretty independent. Like ever since he could make up his mind, he wanted to go to boarding school. He did. He went to Navajo Prep. From Navajo Prep, he went straight into NAU. NAU, he did all his studies and he went into like a 10-month master program, So like he's always been away and he's always been like doing his own thing. And we're very proud of him, but
Mm.
it's very hard to get like all three of us together at once. So
But
I
with
feel
your
like that's a
family,
happy place to come together.
when you're with your family, just the three of you guys, that's your happiest place to be.
Yeah, it is. Cause that's like, I feel like that's the core, like my core, like people, that I could
Yeah.
fall back, of course. And of course, we have my mom has my stepdad, and he's always, around. He's been with me since I was like 7, so been with me for a really long time. So he's a
Mm.
part of that circle, and they've all accepted Francis in. I swear my mom loves him more than she loves me at this point.
How could you not love Francis?
Literally.
For real. So I don't want to talk too much about your parents. So I want to talk about Simone. So I want to ask you, like, what are some of the things that you do for your for yourself to just cheer yourself up, like when you're feeling down? What is one thing that you like to do to cheer yourself up?
um I like to be I'm a pretty creative person, believe it or not. I just don't have time at the moment, school. I was working with the toddler, everything right now. I just don't have time, but I'm typically a pretty creative person. So I like to draw, I like to craft, and I like to do stuff like that. That's usually my
Yeah.
happy place. I just haven't drawn in a really long time, so I feel like I'm losing touch with that. But typically, that would be my happy place is drawing.
So you said you went to school. Are you still in school now?
I am still in school, so I went to school and then I took a break and then I decided to start back up now. So right now, I took a school when I had the baby, in that
Yeah.
portion. So now I started school back up, so I'm continuing on
How much long? Wait, what do you go to school for?
marketing.
Marketing. What have you learned so far? Is there any tips you can give us?
Now I've really learned a lot. It just depends, like my interest is consumer behavior. So what makes a customer want to buy things, demographics, location, what makes people tick, what makes them like color scheme, what stands out, type of thing. That's what I want to go into. So I'm a junior right now, so I'm gonna graduate soon.
What made you so interested in like pursuing marketing as a career?
Like I said, I've always been a creative person, so it was just I wanted some, and I love math. I'm pretty nerdy. in high school I was pretty nerdy. You know, I was on honor roll all the whole time I was in high school. Um, I headed the class, graduated my class. So, and my favorite subject was math. So I really love math, and I love, like I said, doing art. And so I wanted something that would help me, you know, a degree or a career field that would allow me to do both things that I loved, you know, or was passionate about. So when I was really looking into it, I was like, okay, I could do marketing because there's like so many different things. Like I said, you could do consumer behavior, you could do digital media, you could do social media marketing. There's really a lot that you could do with it. So it lets me be broad with my creativity.
Have Have you ever used some of the things that you learned in school to help with you guys' channel?
Yeah, I have like as far as like apps to use, as far as how to create a logo, how to draw people. I'm really trying to work on that right now since I have more free time. Because looking at our demographic, it's kind of like the older generation, and I kind of want to get into like people my age, you know, because that's the people who use
Yeah.
social media the most. So that's why I created a TikTok. That's why I created an Instagram. They're fairly new. So I'm trying to get those up and going, trying to get you know, it's all about catching, grabbing the attention. And for me, the younger generation, it seems like TikTok's where it's at, you know, that short, the short videos, the short mini vlogs, anything short
Yeah.
catches their attention. Short with good
Oh,
music.
that's yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's true, huh? It's
Mhm.
like
So
five, maybe like 6 minute, maybe 3 minute videos. What you're talking about?
yeah, so that's why recently, our style, that's how it is. You know, we've done shorter videos under 10 minutes and it has a lot of music in there. But that's just
Yeah.
like how, you know, like I said, my generation is. They're not going to really pay attention longer than a video that's like more than like 5 to 10 minutes, you know?
True. So as far as school, is it pretty expensive? Are you paying it by yourself, or do you like search for scholarships?
This year I didn't get a chance to do scholarships, but I did apply for some for this fall semester. But yeah, it's not fairly expensive since I'm going to Fort Lewis, and you know, I'm not I'm not on campus, so I don't have to worry about housing. All I have to pay is for the student fees, which is $60 a credit, and then whatever books I have.
Ah, do you go to school on? Are your classes online or in person?
Summer courses are all online, but if you it really just depends. When I was working, I did all mostly online and one in person just because I had to work around my work schedule. But
Yeah.
I am free. It don't matter to me. I've done both. So I used to go to before this, I went to Rio Salado College when I first started, met Lil Rizzy, and that was all online, so eh, I'm used to it.
Um, as far as you being, um, wait, you quit your job not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
How was that? How's that transition going?
Um, I feel like being a stay-at-home mom is, like, a lot more time consuming just because you know, your attention is dedicated solely to the child, you know, and you're trying to figure out exactly what you should teach them, what they need to learn, you know, stuff like that, and then, like, the only time I really have to myself is when she's sleeping. So I feel like it's a little bit more time consuming, but I've always, like I said, wanted to spend more time with my daughter because I know a few lives back I was saying like we were kind of having a little disconnect there. She was getting a little grumpy. She's irritated with me. She
Mhm.
didn't want me to hold her. She didn't want me to be around her. So I'm really just trying to like fix that connection there. But everybody's always telling me, you know, it's just that female to female energy. My mom's like, you and I had it, you know, like me and my mom had it. That's just really how it is. That's why they have daddy's girls, you know.
Ah, I never thought about it that way.
Mhm.
Is it more challenging to be a stay-at-home mom or to be working?
I feel like I said a stay-at-home mom just because, like I said, it's just like all your time is with the child, and it's like you don't get to, you know, be alone for a bit, and you're more constantly. For me, I'm more worried. Like, am I teaching her the right things? Is she meeting her goals? You know, is she meeting the requirements that she needs for her age?
Yeah. Do
Mhm.
you feel right now
That's
she's on a good track right now?
I feel like she is. She talks a lot.
She does.
Everybody who everybody who's met her says she's 2, and it's like, yeah, she is 2, but she's been talking since she was like a little earlier than 1, she was saying mama, dada, she was saying other words, and then the doctor started to notice it when I think it was like around her like 9-month checkup. She was like, "Do you guys talk?" Or it was like maybe her 6-month checkup because she was already saying dada, mama. And so they're asking, "Do you guys you must talk to her a lot?" And I said, "Yeah, I do." Because at that time I was staying with her too. Because I just after you get pregnant, you have to stay with you. I guess like your the required work times like at least 6 weeks. I think for you to heal after that if you do it, traditional birth. So I was out during that time and I was taking her to doctors and yeah, they're already noticing her with those advancements. So they're like, do you talk to her a lot? And it was just me and her at the time because little Reggie was always at work. So I would talk to her a lot. It's kind of like she was like my little homie, just talking away to her. So they said that's what kind of pretty much helped her develop was
Yeah.
talking to her a lot.
Do you baby talk her, or you try not to baby talk her,
A little bit of
or do
both.
you baby? Oh, okay.
Yeah, a little bit of both. But I don't know. It's just like when you have a kid, they're just so cute. Some
Yeah.
things that she does are just like so adorable, and I just like can't help it. We hardly ever call her by her name. She has all her little pet names.
I know. I was with my daughter today too, and I tried to like tell her to do something, and then she looks at me kind of sad, and I said, "Oh, never mind. Just go ahead and do. Like, just go ahead and do what you were trying to do. Like, I wasn't trying to make her do something that she wasn't supposed to do." And
Mhm.
then I don't know. This It's a different feeling to be around little people for sure. They're just
It is.
they're just built
It,
different.
it is especially different seeing like when you have a child, your significant other interact with the child. Like when I see her and little Rezzy interact with each other, it's just like so heartwarming. It's just like you could tell he
Aw.
loves her so much, and just the way they interact with each other, and you could tell she loves him so much, just like the way her little hands holds his face and everything. It's just like, oh, it's just so hard.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's little kids are definitely cute. So
Mhm.
who inspires you?
My mom.
Who else? Nobody else? Just your mom?
Um, my brother too. Like I said, my brother is pretty inspirational. Like he's got a lot. He's like I said, very intelligent, been around the world, his passport's all filled up. And he's somebody pretty
Hmm.
admirable. Like I said, he did his master's in 10 months. So
Oh wow, that's pretty
yeah,
impressive.
so hmm he's exactly he's just very inspiring and somebody I look up to a lot.
How long do you think that you're gonna be stay-at-home mom? Are you gonna go back to work soon?
I don't know, soon I want to just because like I said, I don't know, I'm not really the type that likes being raised by a single mom, I like my own money. I like to spend it the way I want type of thing. I don't want to
Yeah.
have to be like, "Hey, I need to get my nails done. How much money do I got?" Or like, type of thing. Like I like I like fancy things and sometimes little Reggie's like, "Oh, how much is that?"
So you want to go back to work soon? You don't want to stay a stay-at-home mom?
I wouldn't say soon just because I have, school still, but I'm looking. I did apply for a job that I really wanted, not just because I was looking for something, it's because I saw it and I was like, this is pretty much exactly what I want to do. So I applied for it and I heard back and they told me that I was so close to getting it, but that somebody because it was for a social media managing position, and they had told me that, the lady who was in that position previously was on maternity leave, and they're looking to fill that position, but since she has already the experience, and everything, that they decided to hire her back, but she said that they're gaining more clientele and that she says that in the near future, she hopes to, get in touch with me. So I was like, and she asked if
Oh, okay.
she could keep my number on file, and she said, I will most likely be in touch with you. And I said, yeah, no problem. You know, I'll be here.
Yeah, that's dope. She
Mhm.
almost had it, but she came back to work.
So close.
So close. I know a little bit about how you and Rezi met because we talked about it on one of you guys' lives before. but I wanted to know. I wanted you to share with everybody you guys' first, not before, not after, but just the first date, like when it started.
Like, what do you mean? Our relationship started?
Just the
Like
first
when he
date.
the first date? So
Yeah.
that's to debate, but when I say our first date was he took me to Pizza Nine because I was working at the police department here in Winter Rock. So I was living here on the res, and so he was in Durango, but I saw that he was working over here, like doing some buildings over here. So he was like, "I'll be in, the area." So that's how we got started talking. But for our first date, he had taken me to Pizza Nine, and he said he was going to
Mm,
teach me how to play pool.
okay.
Hmm.
And he taught you?
He did. I kind of knew like a little, but like he was showing me, telling me stuff, and he bought me like the most like prettiest, fluffiest pink milkshake, and I was like, oh my god, it was so good. But maybe it was just so good because it was our first date.
Yeah. Do you guys when you guys pass that area, do you guys kind of reminisce on those days still?
Yeah, we ate there like a couple months ago, and we were talking about it.
We was Resi trying to spit some game still?
He's always trying to spit some game.
That's funny. All right. So there's 133 people watching. I'm reading some of you guys' comments. If you guys have a question that you'd like for me to ask Symone, feel free to write it in the comment section below. But let me read some of these comments
Okay.
really quick. Res Girl says, good evening. KC says, this is fire. Um, Prestonian says, dang, Symone is deep. Um, Yolanda says, boo to daddy's girl, lol. My daughter is a daddy's girl. But that's okay. My son is a mama's boy. You have a strong heart, she says. The lovely says, I hate math. Yeah, me too. I can't do math. This just something about math I just cannot do. Yolanda says, read, read, read to your baby girl. Yes, I notice baby girl talks clearly too.
Mhm.
Rezi says, good evening. D Lovely says she's loving this live. Yeah, so if anybody would like to ask any questions, feel free to write it in the comment section below or even let us know where you guys are watching from. That'd be pretty cool.
Mhm, exactly.
Oh, we have a question right here actually. It says, do you have a personal library? If so, what genres would one find or what authors? Do you have a personal library? If so, what genre would one find or what authors?
I do have a little section of books, but I don't really get to read them often because again, I'm just so busy, but every time I see a book, I know every time I go into a bookstore, I always pick up a book. But as far as I know right now in my pile, there is a lot of mystery. There's also I like to look at like I know when Lil Reggie first messaged me, one of the books I was reading was kind of like spirituality type of thing, getting to know yourself.
Uh
Um
huh.
so stuff like that, sociology, I guess you would say. And I was reading also like I have a Mayan book, reading about that culture, reading about the times. But I feel like
Hmm.
books like that.
Books are what?
I just books like that, just like mystery
Oh,
and
okay.
like I said, books that make
You
you
don't
think and
like,
help you reflect on yourself.
yeah, you don't like comedy or romance books.
No, I don't.
Shirtless
I like
men wearing
romance
cowboy
movies.
hat books.
I like rom-coms, but I don't like books.
Do you guys participate in those like Comic Con things that happen in like Albuquerque and places like that? No, you guys look like a couple that would dress up in a cartoon character and go check out those little conferences.
If it was, I'd be dressed up as Batman. I've loved Batman since I was like a kid. Like my daughter loves Batman too. She wanted an Batman action figure. Everybody says she's literally my twin, but Yeah, I used to watch the animated theory when I was younger because my uncles used to babysit me. Because, like I said, my parents were in college at that time. So my uncles used to babysit me and they would sit me in front of the TV and they'd be like, no, you like Batman. No, you like Superman, fighting against each other because I have two uncles. So they used to sit me in front of the TV. I did, like I said, watch a lot of that Batman animated. My favorite
Mm.
movie was The Dark Knight. So I really like Batman. So I'm not surprised she likes Batman.
Are you guys gonna watch Flash when it comes out?
Oh no, I'm not really.
Have you seen the
We're not really.
previews?
No, we're not really movie people. If I'm being honest, like we're always like, oh, we're gonna watch a movie, but then it's like we're never really alone. We always have our daughter, and then we've never
Yo,
taken her to the movie theater.
Batman is gonna be in that new Flash.
Is it really?
Yeah, two Batman, two different Batmans. Um,
I gotta check out the preview.
yeah, yeah. Check out the preview, and then you're gonna see the two Batmans on there. It looks pretty dope. I thought it came out yes yesterday. I thought it came out yesterday. Me, Lefty, and one of our homies were all gonna watch it. We're all excited. We looked online, and the tickets don't come out until I think the 16th.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we're excited to see that because of Batman too. So,
Nice.
out of all the Marvel characters, who is your favorite Marvel?
Mm, I never really got into to Marvel.
Just DC.
Yeah, just DC.
I feel like Iron Man reminds me of Batman. So
Like,
I
I
like
really like Iron Man though. He's pretty. I don't know,
yeah
his cockiness. I don't know. I really there's something about that. He's smooth with it
yeah
though.
yeah. I think is for me it's Marvel is Iron Man, and then for DC it's got to be Batman too. But I also like Superman though. So it's kind of
That's where it's kind of torn for me is Batman and Superman. That's why my uncles would always argue. No, you like Superman. You like Batman. I even had like Batman and Superman jammies.
yeah. I think my least favorite would have to be Aquaman. I don't know why he just. I feel like you just don't need him, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but let me see. Another question here. Someone said, "What do you do for date nights?" So you and Rezi, what do you guys do for your date nights?
We usually go eat. We like to eat out. So we usually like to go find a good spot to eat. We'll go smoke and we just
Uh
like to
huh.
talk. Me and him are like very talking type of people. So we just like to
Yeah.
conversate with each other, ask how each other's day is, just talk about anything. We literally
Hmm.
always have random conversations. It's never anything repeating itself.
So as far as you and Rezi, actually, let's go back. I like to eat. Did you guys try that Duke City barbecue?
No, we didn't. We ended up, when did you say that? Last night?
Yeah, I think last night or
I don't know. I just was in a
yesterday
funk.
evening.
Yeah, I was in a funk and, sad about everything with Pam and stuff. So I wasn't really hungry. I don't think I even ate anything, if I'm being honest.
Hmm.
And today I ate, but what did I eat? See what I mean? Like I really haven't been eating, but shoot, I don't remember. Oh shoot, my thing came off. Hold on.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm trying to remember what the hell we ate.
Yeah, I know
Yay!
that. I noticed that you guys like to go out and try new foods and stuff. So I
Hmm.
think that's pretty cool. I feel like I'm really comfortable with where I like to eat, so I have different places that I would always revisit.
Yeah.
Um, but yo, that dino rib, the one I ate the other day here, that huge ass piece of meat on that rib, that was really good. I wanted you guys to try that when you guys came here, but it's like $67, $68. It was expensive. So next time you guys come over, you guys got to try that.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that dino meat is pretty bomb. Do you guys
That thing was
still
huge.
yeah, it was fucking giant. Someone asked you since Rezi spit likes to spit game, um, what are some of the things that you guys like to do to re woo each other?
Um, That's too funny. I don't know. He's always so goofy. Um, there's just little random things. He'll like pretend to like walk up and like say some cheesy, corny line. He's pretty funny with what he says. That's why I said no. He's always spitting game. He's pretty slick with it. It's funny.
How long have you guys been together again?
6 years now.
6 years.
Mhm.
You guys are married now, or just kind? You guys are engaged.
We're engaged. Yep.
Engaged. Can I see the ring? Show us the ring.
Yeah. Y'all can't really see it right
Ooh,
now. Hold up.
too bright.
He So I'm not. He's always said I'm not a very traditional person because I don't really like roses. I like sunflowers. I don't really like diamonds. I really wanted a big turquoise ring if I'm being honest with you. But
Mm,
what he got me because my favorite stone is opal. Y'all can't really see it because it's dark. So my favorite stone is opal, so it's all line. I like white opal. So he got white opal, and then
opal.
there's diamonds. Yep, there's diamonds around the top and bottom, and which is
Ah,
his birthstone.
oh, his birthstone.
Mhm. Which I was like, things like that, he really pays attention to like the little things. So it's like, oh
Yeah,
well, I'm so surprised that you remember like my favorite stone's opal and like what my favorite color is and what I said I wanted and what I didn't want.
yeah. Are you guys like how? Oh, I think you said you were like 5 years apart. Was it? Was it 5 years apart?
Uh, 8 years.
8 years apart. Do you think that has a lot to do with how well you guys get along, as being 8 years apart?
I do. I really do think it. I feel like it's because he's a lot more level-headed and more mature than I am.
Yeah,
So a lot of the times he's like, well, you need to really think about this before you speak, or you need to really just the way he like helps me, like he's just very mature.
does he? Do you feel like you fell in love with him because he makes you laugh? Is that a thing that girls really fall in love with? Is someone being humorous?
Yeah, he makes me laugh pretty much every day. Yeah, there's not a day that we are not going laughing, without each laughing.
Hmm.
I
Do
think
you
what
make
really
him
got
laugh?
me, I'd hope so, but yeah, because I'm pretty random. I have ADHD. I've been pretty open about that, so I'll do like a lot of random little things and stuff, and he'll just like look at me like you're so weird and start laughing.
Yeah.
Like I'll bust out in like a little dance move, or I'll start doing something, or I'll make a weird voice, and he's just like, "You're so weird."
That's pretty cool. I always try to give
Mhm.
props to everybody who's in a relationship, especially natives who are in a relationship, because I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of people who have been in relationships around me have been in one, but it didn't really last. I think it was just
Mhm.
because they haven't met the right person, that they're just not the right person just yet for them. So
Yeah.
now I know a handful of people who are in a relationship, and you guys all look really committed to each other. Even though sometimes when I watch some of you guys, and I'm like, do they really look like they're compatible? Do they look like they're really supposed to be together? Because I do see, when I see people alive, I do look at that and I just wonder, like, how's it gonna be when they get off the camera? Are they gonna
Mhm.
are they still gonna be nice to each other? Are they gonna sleep in separate beds? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I just wonder, it's just me wondering, but as far
Yeah.
as you guys being together, I think it's pretty cool that you guys are still together. So good job. I encourage you guys to keep going, and I don't know, prove the statistics wrong, I guess, because I just can't. It's just not normal to see Navajos or Native Americans in general with one, well, not with one partner, but with somebody for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
6 years is a long ass time. I think you guys should have gotten married after 2 years, but that's a long ass time.
Yeah, it is a long time, but
Do you guys still
it
feel like
hasn't
you're
felt that
learning?
long.
Yeah, I bet it hasn't. Are you still learning things about each other every day, or you guys pretty much know everything about each other?
We know each other pretty well, but it's just constantly having to like learning new things about our relationship more like,
About your relationship?
mhm, like learning to be more patient with each other, or learning how to deal with each other during certain situations, because like there's some situations where we haven't been in with each other, so it's like going through those situations together. It's kind of like having to learn how to deal with those situations, because it's our first time dealing with that together. Like our first
Like
time, well,
what?
it's my like first time having a baby, first time going through a death in the family together,
Mm,
things like that, first time meeting parents, first time like a lot of things like that, first time, I don't know, just little things like that, like something that you hadn't been through before, but yeah, just learning
mhm.
how to get through those obstacles.
What is something that you feel like you've learned about your partner, like in the last 6 years, that where it's just like, like I assume that people who have been with me already know that if I don't eat, I get angry. It's just like
Mhm.
a everybody knows that about me, my mom,
Mhm.
my family. So is there something about Rezi that you just know about him? Like it's just like you just know it. It's just like knowing yourself. Like really, is there anything like that that you know of him?
Yeah, that he likes to sleep. Let the man get his sleep.
Is he sleeps early or he sleeps late?
He sleeps early and s- um, wakes up late, I guess. To understand, I've gotta it's me, like I said, the thing type of things we have to understand, everybody I've dated that's been my age, but he's like a hardworking man, I've never dated anybody that's been a laborer, or a carpenter, so I've got to understand, like he goes through a lot during the day, he's constantly lifting, and then he shows me some of the beams he's lifting, what he's doing. And sometimes I kind of forget that. So sometimes I got to remember like he's physically doing a lot with his body, and I do got to let him get that rest.
Mm.
As much as I want to hang out with him, as much as I want to smoke with him, as much as I want to chill with him before our baby wakes up.
Does that sometimes pose as like a barrier of your relationship? Is that he's always constantly working and then he wants to rest and then you want to hang out with him, but you know he has to rest? Is that sometimes is that kind of like an issue for you?
Not really. Sometimes it is like when he over spreads, like overworks himself or overdoes it. Like, I know sometimes he'll like work during the week, and then like he'll go help you, or he'll go do work on the weekends, and then he'll just be like, okay, well, like, are you gonna take a break? Like, are you gonna come hang out with me? Your daughter misses you, type of thing. But again, I understand like he's a man, he's working with his body, so I can't really get too mad, and he's trying to provide for us. So it's like, and I don't have any issues with him, going to go work if that's what he wants to do. I'm
Right.
supportive.
If
I'll find something to do. I'll be mad about it, but he'll be like, here's some money to go go eat breakfast with baby, or go get lunch with baby, or something like that.
yeah. How long do you stay mad at him when you get mad at when you're upset about something like that?
Um, like a couple hours. We don't stay mad at each other that long. Like I said, we always try not to go to bed mad at each other. That's our main thing
Hmm.
that we say. Like we never want to sleep on. Like we've never slept on a couch, angry at each other. Like one of us has never slept on a couch or somewhere else, we always try to work through our situation right there. And then, rehash it in the morning, be like, okay, are we on the same page here, from what we talked about last night?
How do you know that you guys are not mad at each other though when you guys go to sleep? How do you guys reassure each other that you're not mad?
I don't know. We really don't. I feel like we really don't stay like really angry at each other. Like one of us will like crack a joke, or one of us will be like, let's smoke, like we're just like I said, I think it might be just because he's more mature, so he's just like he's frustrated with me because I'm the one that's just like filling all my emotions out, and he's just like trying to listen and try not to over talk over me or do anything. And I'm the one that's more, like I said, emotional, and as you can tell, I'm the one that talks a lot. So he's just like, I feel like he gets that's where he gets most of his frustration, is me just like, I keep like word vomiting, and he's just like, come on, let me talk. You're just pissing
Yeah,
me
yeah.
off.
Do you feel like when you guys get into a relationship or into an argument or something, like, because I know that everybody has arguments. Shit, when I was in a relationship, I got into hella arguments, and then
So I've
it
heard.
was not. Who told you that? Who you talking to? You're lying, right? Because we're gonna switch this whole conversation on me if you're telling me the truth, because someone's lying. So when you and your husband, I'm not sure his name, but when you and him get mad at each other, um, where where do you guys cross the line at? Is there a point to where it's like the comments start to get disrespectful, and then one of you guys got to be like, all right, let's stop, let's chill out, or just something, like where do you guys cross the line? Where do you guys draw the line?
um, eh, I think when it starts to get like that, like personal, where you're just like, okay, well now we're just saying like nonsense to hurt each other, and we're going off the subject, not we're no longer arguing what we were originally arguing about. I feel like that's when we realize it. We're like, okay, okay, what were we really arguing about, and how could we fix it? What's the root of the issue, and just how do we fix it?
Hmm. Most of the time, is it him that calms it down, or you, or is it kind of the same?
It's kind of 50-50. It just depends on who's heated in the moment.
Yeah. Do you get hangry?
I get real hangry.
It's
He
because you're.
knows too. He knows. He's like, you got to get this girl something right now. She's gonna turn into a real bitch. My mom
Dang.
knows it too. Like you said, everybody knows it. They're like, nope. They know not to wake me up, and they know to feed me when I'm hungry.
Yeah. Not to wake you up. So you like your sleep too, huh?
I don't know. I have insomnia. Like I said, I have anxiety. So, and I just feel like I constantly overthink in general. Like my mind should probably be focused on like issues right here, like in front of me, but my mind is like way off somewhere else, like about things that aren't even probably anybody else is thinking about. And so I feel like that's where my mind is a lot of the time, just overthinking. So I have insomnia. I'll go to bed and I'll wake up at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. and then I'll stay up until like 5, and then I'll go back to sleep for an hour, and then I'll wake back up.
Dang. And then on top of that, you got to take care of the your baby, and then do
Hmm.
classes and stuff. I don't even know how you do it, yo. That's good. Do you feel
Moms,
like
man.
mom's superpower? Do you feel like my questions are too personal right now? No.
No, I
Okay.
don't know. Like I said, I'm a pretty open person, so
Yeah. That was just a question from Sarah. She said it's getting really personal. Do you agree or disagree? So Simone says she disagrees. Let me read some of these comments again. Lavina says, "Hi, Drumunson, another great live." Christmas says, "Simone, hidden talents. Do you have any hidden talents?
oh, I can't. I wouldn't. I don't think so.
You can't go outside and then bust a backflip for all of us and then come back in."
No, I wish I could. I'm pretty clumsy.
So,
Oh, hidden
Big
talent.
Pete.
I know one. Like I was telling those guys earlier. I feel like I'm. Oh, my freaking thing going on again. I feel like I'm the rap Shazam. Like if you play a couple seconds of most songs I know. So I'm like, I tell Lil Rizzy that all the time.
So you think you'll be able to karaoke something if I pull up a beat for you?
I don't know karaoke, but I'm sure I'd be able to tell you the song name.
Song name?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna put you to the test right here.
Oh geez. I don't know.
What'd you say?
I said I don't know what kind of music you listen to though. I listen to good music.
We'll see. Just
And
huh?
I was
Are you
about to say I need
scared?
little Reggie too. No, I need little Reggie to come help me set this thing up again.
Why is it? Do you need to call him over?
N- no, it's fine. I don't know if he's watching anyways, because he's like, I don't know if he knows where my iPad is or anything like that. Sometimes men are clueless. Just kidding.
Hey, that's not a lie. Okay, are you ready for this?
Sure.
Okay.
That's Katy
Everybody knows that
Perry.
one.
You're listening. Yep, hot and cold.
Okay. Is that really
And
what
I
it's
said
called? Hot
rap
and cold?
music.
Oh, did you say rap music? I thought
Mm-hmm.
you said all music.
No, but I mean like I listen to all music, but I pretty much like I'll listen like I have like a lot of songs on my my music thing, and I'll just be sitting there and like I'll listen to like 3 seconds of like no, I don't want to listen to that song. No, I don't want to listen to that song. And little Rizzy be like, "How do you know?" I'm like, "Cause I just know. Okay, I can tell you who's about to sing, what they're about to say."
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like everybody would know these songs though. Watch, here's another one. Yeah,
Oh
everybody
yeah.
knows that one. Yeah. I'm about to get demonetized for this bullshit right here, these nineties R&B songs, so never mind. I
He's all
don't know,
JK. Scratch that.
shit. I clicked the wrong playlist. It had to be the nineties R&B.
I'm
It's all good
weak.
though. I
It's all
believe you,
good.
you know every song.
I wouldn't know about every song, but just kidding.
You know a lot of songs. That's pretty good. So Big P says, Simone, so how do you feel about crap you get about you and Rezi enjoying the high life on YouTube? Because I'm sure you guys get some. Do you guys get comments
Um,
that are like against you guys smoking or no?
no, not generally. The only person was that one person that was going crazy on your live, but I don't know. Just like our character, 'cause she was like, "Oh, you guys smoke," and talking about like I don't know, bringing our daughter into it and stuff like that.
Mm,
But it's kind of just like I don't know. As you could see now, like our daughter attests to our parenting skills. You see how she is. I can't really say or argue to anything like that. Just how we carry ourselves and how we raise our daughter and how she is. That should tell you what type of people we are.
right. Okay. So you guys obviously now it's like in the public, you guys do like to smoke, right?
I don't see anything wrong with it if I'm being honest. Like I said, I
Mm.
have anxiety, so it really helps me because I don't know, I overthink a lot, like I said too. So it just really helps me calm down and ease my mind a lot.
Yeah, I think that at this point in society, I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking marijuana. I feel like a lot of people that are older, I think they think that it's a bad thing. But I
Mhm.
definitely feel like you should be at a right age though, so that you can really take in
Yeah.
like the some of the things that it can affect you on as far as your health, like your lungs and your brain and stuff like that. But other
Mhm.
than that, I don't think there's anything wrong with smoking weed neither.
Yeah.
How
And
long
like
have you been
Leandra
smoking?
said, um, I like that comment though that says it doesn't define you as a parent. But I've been smoking since like senior year of high school, so I literally graduated 10 years ago, so
10 years ago.
mhm.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it neither, and I definitely don't think it defines you as a person because I think mostly everybody around me smokes, and I
Mhm.
used to smoke too. I used to smoke a lot of weed, but I
Mhm.
stopped, and people still think I'm high to this day, but my eyes are just
Mhm.
always fucking red. But but I definitely think that you guys shouldn't take the comments too personal when it comes to weed. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you guys already know that. That's a pretty cool thing about you guys too, is that you guys are able to still smoke and still do YouTube and still just hold it down for each other. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're pretty chill. We just let I don't know, like you said, we really don't take comments too personal, you know, it's just like we usually let things roll off our back. We're pretty chill people.
Yeah, yeah, you guys are pretty chill. And by the way, if you guys are watching, I mean, you guys are watching, obviously, but I'm drinking sparkling soda. Or something. It looks like a bud, like a beer can. Every time I'm
Oh,
drinking it like
muy.
this, it's like it
Right?
looks like beer. I was like, man, someone's to say
Or a
Jamilton's. I'm
seltzer.
drinking it. Yeah, seltzer. Now I'm drinking this. It's today marks my third day with no soda, completely no soda. For the
Oh,
last
damn.
2 days, I've been having really bad headaches, like really bad headaches, because I feel like I
Uh-huh.
drink soda every single day, and
Mhm.
I drink so much every day. So I was like, man, fuck it, I'm just gonna stop. So I stopped. Now I'm trying to do different things to substitute my soda intake.
Mhm.
So I got one of these yesterday, and it's barely my second one that I had. So I'm like, ugh, so disgusting. But I'm
Is it
trying
good
to.
or no?
Nah, it's gross. I fucking hate it. I drink more water than this now, and I'm really trying to lose my man boobs, man. I looked into the mirror the other day, and I'm like, oh, it's fucking sick, you know. So I was like,
I'm dead.
yeah, it's pretty dope though. I'm enjoying it so far. Um, But as far as you guys, not you guys, but as far as you, like, what is one thing in your life that you feel like you would like to change or do differently?
Um, let's see. Change or do differently. Hmm. I think like everybody else, just not worry about everybody else's opinions and just do you. It took me a long time to really, I guess, realize that. It wasn't until like my grandma died. And my grandma probably wasn't until like high school, maybe like senior year of high school. My grandma was always like, she was a pretty cool grandma. She was pretty hip, and she would always during towards the end, you know, she was getting older and stuff, but she would always tell me about all her stories because she was one of those ones that went to school in California. So she would tell me all her stories there, and she stayed there after. And she met like she was into like she was pretty much a groupie, you know. She was chasing after the Hollywood stars and everything like that. So she would tell me all her stories and stuff, and she was pretty much just like inspired me, you know, to be like that, to be young, to be free. She would always tell me, just go and just apologize later. Whatever you're doing, just go. If your mom's gonna be mad, just go and just, you know, live that experience and then you can apologize later. Like if you feel like it's something that's gonna be worth a while, just go and just like she said, apologize later, you know, and you'll have that memory. So I
Hmm.
always appreciate her for saying that.
Hmm. Your grandma was one of your best friends.
She was. I always used to in high school, like I said, me and my mom really didn't get along during that time. We were always like butting heads. So my grandma lived nearby, so I would always go see my grandma and she would, you know, just sit there and talk with me and tell me her stories, like I said. So she just, like I said, really inspired me to be like out there. 'Cause she was pretty out there. My mom, everybody in my family would be like, "Why are you wearing that? Those colors don't match. Why are you so goofy?" You know, like she'd wear wigs too, so they'd be like, you know, she was just like she was just out there. She was like she was still from California, you know. So
Hmm.
she was just really inspiring to be like be yourself type of person.
Yeah. Are you full Navajo?
I always get asked that, but I really don't know. I've always said that. So my dad is the only child, but it was kind of like my Nolly kind of had like, you know, one night stand type of thing back in the day.
Hmm.
So he never knew his dad. Um, but I know a lot of she would always say like you're my Ediskini is one of my clans, so she would always be like, you're my Ediskini, that's not Kaidanet, you know, she would always I don't know, she would always bring that up to me. So, I don't know, but she wouldn't really exactly tell me where I was from, you know, what exactly who he was. And there's like a lot of people, like I know on Christmas is Live, there was somebody with the same last name as me, and they said they were Laguna. And my mom likes to go casino a lot. So whenever she's over at Dancing Eagle, like a lot of people think she's over there related. So, I really don't know.
What's your last name?
Saraceno,
Karencino?
not Saraceno, with an S.
Saracino.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Simone Saracino. So when you and Rezi get married, are you changing your last name?
No, I love my name too much.
So what's your name
It's
gonna be?
gonna be Simone Saraceno, hyphenated, and then his last name.
So your last name is gonna be the middle name?
I have a middle name too, but yeah,
Yeah. So what's your last name gonna be?
it's gonna be Saraceno, hyphenated. Saraceno hyphen Blake.
Blank? Oh, you don't want to say his
I'm
last
not.
name?
Yeah, I don't want to put him on blast.
But you're changing you're just kind of scooting your middle name, your last name to your middle name, and then putting his name in the back.
I mean, most of the time, no offense, nobody's gonna call the whole last name. They're just gonna be like Simone Saraceno.
But
I
it's
just really
gonna
like my last name too much.
show his last name, right? Though,
hmm It
yeah.
will, but yeah,
How
most of
does
the
he
time
feel?
they just call. He don't mind. He said he likes my last name, so he's like, "I'll take your last name." Just kidding.
Yeah, that's a dope last name though.
hmm
Sarancino. Yeah, I like that last name. One of my homegirls,
hmm
her last name is Thunder Chief. So
That's
I was
pretty
like,
cool too,
damn, hell yeah, that's a
right?
dope
That's
name. I
epic.
would, yeah, Thunder Chief. Dang, imagine if my name, imagine if my dad's name was Thunder Chief, and then he passed that down to me, and I'm a Jermunson Thunder Chief.
Right?
Dang. Yeah, now all the ladies will be like, I want your last name. I don't care what people say. I want that last name. Right? Let
Right?
me read some of these comments right here. Montana native says, I would rather people smoke than take opioids or drink alcohol. I do not see
Yes.
it as a gateway drug.
Hold on, let
All
me
right.
adjust this real quick.
Phil says, Philda says, a whole Southern brother, Justice 13 says, what up, man? Try Zevia 0 calorie soda. I just want to stay away from soda in general. I'm not trying to drink diet cola or none of that. I'm just trying to just not intake
Not
any
drink.
soda. Yeah, I think that I know some people suggested that I start drinking like Coke Zero or Diet Coke, but I'm
hmm
like, nah. I think I just want to let go of it all like together. And it if I don't last forever, I want to go as far as I can just to see how far I could
hmm
get. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
always thought that if I stop drinking soda, I'll lose weight because I really feel like my all the weight that I gained is just from soda. Because
Uh-huh.
I don't think people understand how much soda I drink. Like I drink
Oh
so
shit.
much soda, it's fucking gross. We're at the park. Sorry.
Oh, you don't
The
have
playground. No,
anything?
no,
You were watching?
no. She wants ice cream. I can't get what.
Okay. Do you have the iPad inside?
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
it.
Are you gonna watch later?
Yeah.
Can you give me something to drink, like a vitamin water? Okay.
Hi,
Scared the
Rezi.
hell out of me. Damn, he just fucked me up again. Hold on.
Freaked you out.
Yeah, he did. I was like, what the hell? Just fucking like somebody was chasing him.
That's funny. What is the most surprising thing about you that people don't know?
Um, Surprising thing. I don't know. I think it's just like I said that I'm creative. I draw. I haven't really showed anybody really that side of me, that
Hmm.
I do like to draw. So neither has Lil Reggie. He's a better artist than I am.
Can he draw too?
Yeah, like I say, he does better. I'm more like cartoon style, and he's more like actual like mirror image of what you're drawing. You know what you're looking at.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Mhm.
That's dope that you guys both are able to draw. You guys are both creative.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So, when you guys get married, what is you guys' wedding gonna be like? Do you guys already know that or not?
We've been debating about this the past few weeks, if I'm being honest with you. So I've always said that I want an outdoor wedding. I want it in the fall because fall is my favorite time. And I already have this color scheme of what I want, and I showed Lil Rezzy everything. And then he is saying he wants a winter wedding, and then
Mm.
the color scheme. But it's like both color schemes are cool, both ideas are cool, but it's us just really like trying to decide on which one we want. If we want to do fall, winter, if we're going to do it outdoor, indoor. Because I want to do it outdoor, but if we do it outdoor during the winter, that's just going to change everything. Because I want to do it in Durango. So there's just a lot of,
Where? Oh, you want to do it in Durango?
yeah, I'm doing Durango. So if we do it Durango in the winter time, it's going to have to be indoor, but I want it outdoor, you know,
Mm. It's
because
gonna be
it's so
like a
beautiful.
Christian wedding.
Um, Probably not. I don't think so.
It's gonna be like a traditional wedding then.
Um, no, just a wedding. I don't know, cause like I am Catholic, baptized Catholic, but I feel like I can't really say that just because it was kind of like something, when you're doing stuff like that growing up, it's kind of something your parents decide for you.
Mm.
It's kind of like going on, more into as I grew up, I started to really question things. And like I said, I'm more of a type of like I'm a more logical type of thinker. I overthink a lot of things. So when it comes to stuff like that, I'm 50-50 between, science and religion.
Mm.
So I can't really say that I don't really want to say that I'm Catholic if it was forced upon me. And it's not really 100% what I believe, but that's a whole nother topic I don't like getting into because I
So
feel
when
like
you
people are
guys
weird
get,
weird about that.
oh yeah, oh yeah, they definitely are. So when you guys
hmm
do get married, are you gonna wear a dress, a white dress,
Um, I'm gonna wear whatever I think looks cool.
a
I
black
already have
dress, a
like
gothic dress?
no. I don't know. Maybe like an off-white, like a beige, but I kind of already see like how I want everything to be. This is if he decides to go with what I want.
It's called Navajo white. Is that what you're gonna wear?
Literally,
Navajo white dress.
it's so funny.
Well,
hmm
when you guys get married, are you gonna make it open to like um, just your family, your immediate family, or are you gonna invite friends too? And then, in other words, am I invited to you guys' wedding when you guys get married?
I'm pretty sure you will be since you're like one of his closest homies right now. But now we're inviting family. Like I said, my family's pretty small. He only has like a handful of people in his family that he really talks to and is really close with. And then after that, we'll be friends.
Wow. You feel like you'll
hmm
have more friends than family over there?
Um, I don't know. Maybe 50-50 because my family, like, I could literally count my family on both my hands,
Mm.
like my immediate family.
Are you excited to get married though? Has it always been something that you wanted to do is get married?
I never actually wanted to get married or have kids, if I'm being honest, but things change when you meet the right person. So, but now, I look
Mm.
forward to it. Planning a wedding sounds fun, all that fun stuff. But just we're pretty committed to each other, so we're pretty set on it. There's not any doubt in our mind. There's not any like, once we met each other in that initial like time, I feel like that's how we do. Like, yeah, we knew from then 'cause we've been inseparable since then.
Mm. How does someone know something like that though? Like how do you know that you guys are gonna be together forever?
He told me, I know he mentioned it on somebody's live too. Somebody asked him, but he said, he knew the first time he saw me, he said, is what he told me. He said he knew the first time he saw me because he said, I don't know, he said there's just something about me and he just thought like I know this person is gonna be in my life for a long time, And he's like,
Mm.
yeah. This is his exact words. What he told me, she's out of my league, and pretty much like he wanted to be with me. I
Did
was
you
like,
feel
why'd you
that
never tell
same
me
way?
that before? When I first initially saw him, it was kind of like I had like butterflies, because I was like, okay, like I'm finally meeting this person, and then you're always nervous meeting somebody new, and then when I met him, it was kind of like it felt like it was somebody that I'd known and talked to for a while. The conversation was like so easy, and it was like I said, I didn't even ask his name. Like we met on Instagram, so I only knew him by his Instagram handles. Like I didn't even know his name or anything.
What was his Instagram
I
handle?
didn't even care to ask. I can't tell you because he has that on private. He don't want anybody to know that, but I could text it to
his,
you. You could find him.
his OG name?
Yeah, so I didn't, like I said, we were talking so much. I didn't even ask him his name. I didn't even ask him how old he was. I didn't ask him none of that. And then when it was time for me to go, and then I was like, driving home after everything, thinking about everything, and I was like, oh shit, I never asked him his name. I never asked him how old he was.
Wow. But he knew that you guys were he had that click, but you didn't have that click until later, or what? Because I hear when you find the
Um,
love of your life, you guys click. Like you guys just like, oh shit.
no, I did like I said, we just clicked like right off the back. It was kind of like it felt right, like
Mm,
it just felt like home, like it didn't feel weird. It didn't feel awkward. It didn't feel anything. We just like both just started talking to each other like normal, like we knew
mm,
each other for a long time.
yeah. Yeah, I get those feelings confused because people say when you know someone, you know. But I feel like with every
hmm
girl I've been with, I thought I knew, but it was just not. It was not right. So I'm
I
just
feel
like,
like it's just I feel like the feeling I got was kind of like they say like butterflies. You were just like that anxious, nervous feeling of like, oh shoot, like there's actually this person that's super like interesting, that I vibe with in front of me and the feelings are right, and, like you're kind of like with him and I, it was kind of like we didn't want to leave each other. So
mm.
that's why he would drive back and forth from Durango to here to come see me every night. And he
But
would
you
give like
never wanted kids. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I know. And so we would like he would come back and we'd talk for like 2 hours, and then he'd have to go back to sleep. He'd have to go to sleep, and then he'd have to wake up at 4 a.m. and we'd chill for like 30 minutes, and then he'd have to go back to Durango. So just like during those times too really solidified like that way of knowing that he really loved me, was like, wow, you're really, you're really coming back. You're driving back and forth here for me, to be with me, even though you're only spending like an hour and a half with me every day.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Props to Resi. I'm glad he's gonna marry. I'm glad he proposed to you and have you. Because I know the story of him proposing because we've talked about it before. You guys
Mhm.
talked about it on your live before too, right? That Resi
Yeah.
proposed. Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
I was like, but that's good that he did that. So props to Lil Resi for proposing to Symone, locking her down.
Mhm.
I hear that you're supposed to take. I hear. So I heard this thing online that says um, you only date for 3 months, and then if you feel like it's the right one, you got to take her off the market, just like that. Stop the bullshit.
Literally.
Stop all of the dating. Stop the games. If she's the one you know that you guys are supposed to be together, then you got to marry them. But it's so hard though because you said that you weren't trying to have kids or you weren't trying to get married.
Mhm.
Now, until later on in you guys' relationship, you started to change your mind. But how does a woman expect a man to deal with her when she says, "I don't want to have kids and I'm not trying to get married"? How does
I
how
don't
does a man
know.
supposed to deal with news like that?
Um, I don't. Hold on.
Am I interrupting?
Can he smoke real quick?
Hi, Rezi.
What's up? I don't have
Yeah, go
nothing.
ahead,
Go
go
ahead.
for it.
Like,
Oh, well, he'll wait until he gets set up
I
because
gotta go inside. I just got back from the playground. I was at the playground all time.
10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love you.
Uh,
But what was the question?
I basically just wanted to see if you could be able to put yourself in a man's position when a woman says, "I don't want to get married and I don't want to have kids," because I know a lot of guys say that to women too, that
Mhm.
I'm not ready for kids and I'm not ready to get married.
Mhm.
And but a lot of times when guys are ready for those type of things, they just find the wrong woman that are not ready to get married or settle down, you know?
Mhm.
So I'm wondering how we are supposed to take that type of news. Should we just have an understanding and continue to date the woman until she changes her
Mhm.
mind? Or should we just leave and find
Um,
somebody else? What are your
I feel like
thoughts?
that just I feel like it really just depends on the situation. Like if you're really wanting kids, then I would say then if that's really what your end goal is, then I would say yeah, don't waste that person's time and don't waste your time. But if you're, like if you feel like it's going somewhere and things could possibly change, then I would say, at least explore the options. And there may be a reason why, a deeper reason why, they don't want to have a relationship or kids because, I was like that because there's just like a lot of bad relationships in the past, where it's just kind of
Hmm.
like, okay, well, I'm done. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to, I don't want to get hurt anymore type of thing. So you just kind of feel like you want to be more closed off. But sometimes it doesn't happen. Like I said, when you meet the right person, you're just like, okay, well, this person's, you know, getting me to open up more. They're getting me, or they're seeing a side of me that I haven't seen before.
Hmm. So
Yep.
in your opinion, who moves on faster, men or women?
hmm I feel like men, I feel like women, we overthink a lot. We
Hmm.
think too much. And we think about little things and like, am I the problem? Was it me? What could have changed? Type of thing.
Women think that?
Whereas men, all the time. It's all the time. If you ask a woman something, that's always she'll always ask herself, "What did I do?" And it's like a lot of the time, I feel like with women, a lot of them are always trying to think, "What did they do?" And it's like, what if it really wasn't you? Like why are you always trying to think it's you?
Hmm.
That's what I've noticed about a lot of women. They always the women I've talked to, and they're always asking themselves that question when something goes wrong in a relationship is what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? And it's there's nothing wrong with you.
Well,
People are
there
just
probably
different.
is things wrong with them, but you
We,
know, well, there has to be something wrong with both parties, right? Like nobody is perfect.
nobody is perfect, but I mean like there's nothing wrong with you for the right person, you know what I mean? Like somebody might say, "Oh, this person's wrong for me because they're too clingy," but then the next person they get with like, "Oh, this person, I like them because they're giving me all this attention," like you said, and like you've never had that before.
Mm. So you
So it's
believe
like,
that? Go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you go ahead. I don't remember what I was gonna say.
I don't remember neither, but definitely there's like a like yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
hmm
I get what you're saying. But anyways, besides that,
He thought,
um,
anyways.
besides that, because we could dig way deep into who's responsible for what in different types of
hmm
relationships, but I don't want to dive too deep in that because I like to interview more women on this channel, and I don't want them all to hate me. Just kidding.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, but I feel like you do a good job um, with Resi, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes when I see you
hmm
guys as live, I see that I see that you look annoyed of Resi a lot, by the way your tone is and the way you look at him sometimes. I'm just like, are they real? Are they okay with each other? You know, like is something going on? That's how I feel sometimes, and I don't know if that's how um, what it actually is, or unless that's just the way you guys are. You know, I don't know if there's
No,
some tension.
sometimes it is that just because I feel like with him, communication, man, it's just like he is the type of person. Well, you will ask him. We're talking. Me and you are having a conversation right now, and you're replying to me. You're replying to me like we're having a decent conversation. Sometimes I'll
Hmm.
ask him something and be like, "Hey, babe, how was your day?" And it'll be like, we're like, "Okay, how was your day?" And he'll be like, "I was answering you. Like, why do you gotta jump on my back?" And you're like, "Bruh, you were sitting there for 10 seconds. Like, just acknowledge that you heard me at least."
Uh,
That's kind of more where the tension comes from. It's just like, where are you? Are you not here with us in the present? Like, where's the communication? Where's the disconnect coming from? Like, you,
mm,
pretty much. And it's probably, he has a lot of things going on in his mind, but it's like, at least if I ask you something, at least acknowledge me.
right.
That's our main issue we're trying to work on. It's just like his communication. It's just that's where it is. It's like, and it comes from just like, the way he was raised. He wasn't raised in a very open household, with his family, his parents, or anything like that. His grandpa raised him, things like that. But with my
Hmm.
family, like I was saying, my mom was very open. She's very like, sit down and talk to me about it, express your feelings. So I
Hmm.
feel like that's how I am. I'm just kind of like, well, like, if you have an issue, just say it then. If you don't want to talk, tell me. Like, don't expect me to be able to read your mind.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's just his communication. That's just how he was raised. It's like he's had a hard time. He's had a rough life. He's pretty much raised himself, so he's never really had to answer to nobody. So it's kind of like having to work around that, and like understand from his perspective. He didn't really get that loving relationship with his family that I got, where it's like openness, communication's key. He was, like I said, taking care of himself. He's been taking care of himself since he was a teenager.
Hmm.
So it's kind of
So
really
you
having
get,
to understand him.
yeah. So you guys are still working on things to this after
Hmm.
6 years. You guys still have things that could be better. You guys still have little things in your relationships that you could be working on.
Yeah, of course we do. Like I said, it's always something that we've had issues with, but now, like I said, my mom always said you can't change a person. You really like, if they don't want to change, then you just have to accept them for who they are. And
Mm,
since, he's lived like that since he was, like I said, he's been on his own since he's a teenager. I can't change his mindset. I can't change, the way he was raised, the way he thinks. I really can't change that. So it's like, okay, well then just roll with it and accommodate and see how we can meet each other halfway. And he's good about
mm,
working on it. He acknowledges, okay, like, I do need to do that. I'm sorry. So that's how we do that, I guess.
yeah. But you guys, at least you guys are working on it, and at least he recognizes that it's kind of an issue. I feel
Mhm.
like one of the things that does annoy me when I'm in a relationship is being ignored, and
Mhm.
I don't know if that's a more of a feminine kind of emotion or reaction, or if it's also because I notice that a lot of the times I'm more like I show my feminine side a lot because I was with my mom and my sister,
Mhm.
and like I'm like why don't you, like you just said, like acknowledge it, like say something,
Yeah.
or just I think that's a lot of men's issue these days too, is that they're not in they're not open to
In
that side
tune.
of their, yeah,
Yeah.
they're not in tune for their with their femininity, is that how
Feminine.
you would say?
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're not in tune to that. I feel like there's an issue with it because I feel like the movement, as far as being a feminist, it's really ruining the fact that men can actually get in tune to that. Because I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of feminists are more geared toward hating men and not really being open toward being feminine or being in
Mhm.
touch with that side of you. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was supposed to be
Mhm.
about. But a lot of it's lost, and a lot of women are just saying fuck all men and their feelings and kill all men and stuff. That's why we have such a hard time getting to that
Yeah.
point, because the original movement, which was supposed to open that gate, is kind of closing that gate on us. So I'm glad that
I
you guys are
agree.
working on it. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are working on it. What are some of
I
the things that you
totally
guys
agree.
do with each other to work on it?
Um. Hey, why you hi. Okay, hi, baby. Bye, baby. Love you. She said bye, baby. Um. But to work on it, I feel like I'm trying to tell him, just communicate with me more. Like trying to tell him, don't. She likes to be on like YouTube a lot and stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, put your phone down a little bit more and just we try to do things more together. Um, a lot lately. But I feel like I can't
Hmm.
really like I don't really want to like dictate anything because again, he works a lot. Like I don't want to be like, okay, well, you can't get on social media. It's like, well, you got to have your downtime too.
Yeah.
But he's very good about, like if I tell him something's wrong, he's very good about thinking upon it and reflecting on it, even if it takes him a while, even if he's like quiet about it, like, guys think silently. They don't think like women. They don't express everything in like word vomit. So he thinks about it internally.
Hmm. When you do bring some like issue to the table, do you check your tone when you do that, or do you just say it however you feel like you just say it? Because I think that tone is a huge
Yeah.
tone has
So
a real big impact on how the message gets across.
so at first, sometimes I know I can be a little bitchy, and then like I realize like the conversation's getting heated. So then I'll be like, okay, so like why are we arguing? Why are we yelling at each other? Why are we getting mad right now? Like, like there's no reason for it. There's no point. So then we tone it down and we're like, okay, well, so like I said, we get back to what is the bigger picture. I feel like we're good about that. It's just like realizing when it's getting out of hand and being like, okay, 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 we're getting out of hand, we're getting off topic. What really is happening?
Mhm.
We
But
don't
the
like to
but
fight, is what it is.
yeah, fighting fucking sucks.
Especially when you have a
But
child involved, you want to do everything you can, especially if you love each other. Like we love each other to death, so it's like, like we want to do
mm,
everything to make it
yeah.
work. Especially like I said, when they got a kid involved, and our arguments aren't anything crazy, like not anything like cheating, not anything like that. It's usually like the smallest thing, and it's just like, okay, well, why are we getting this mad about like taking out the trash or changing the diaper or who's paying for this? Like, why are we getting so mad about that?
So when he addresses you when you guys have some type of issue, do you really pay attention to the tone that he has when he addresses you, or does the tone not really
Yeah,
matter?
yeah.
The
I
tone
usually know
matters.
when it's serious when he calls me by my first name because we usually use pet names. So when he says, when he like uses my first name, he's like Simone. I'm like, okay, he's serious. I need to listen to what he's saying. He's trying to tell me. He's trying to tell me he's being serious.
How does he know that you're being serious? What tone do you use, or what type of words do you use?
Um, Usually I'm more angry at first, and then when I realize like, anger's not gonna get anywhere, I'll just like, okay, like I'll calm down and be like, okay, just look at me, like I need you to look at me, and make sure, because I'm a very big person on eye contact. So I'm
Hmm.
just like, you know, look at me and just make sure you understand what I'm saying. Like I love you. This is the issue. What are we gonna do to fix it?
Mm. How long does it take you usually to realize how angry you are when you guys start talking about something? and that you're like lead, if you start to lead the conversation in anger, how long does it usually take you to realize that you need to calm down and you need to start approaching it like more through a love angle rather than a angle.
I feel like when we start to like try to talk over each other, but like that's when it's very like okay, like now we're just not hearing each other.
Mm.
Now we're just talking over each other, trying to get who's like the loudest, who's right. It's like we need to stop doing that and just listen one at a time.
Take turns, 5 minute, 5 minute, set a
Yep.
clock, 5 minutes. But
Hmm.
has it gone? Has it ever
And he'll
gone to that
interrupt
point
me
where
and
you
be like,
guys have?
"Go ahead."
Has it ever gone to that point where you guys have to literally set a timer to take turns, or no?
No, it's just more like him having to really be like I said, say like Simone, like you really need to respect and listen to what I'm saying, and it's like okay, and
Mm,
like I'm not gonna like if he's telling me that and it's like really serious, I'm not gonna like disrespect him and not listen. I'm gonna be like okay, he's really telling me because he's usually not a very wordy person like I am, like. So when he's really
mm.
telling me and he's using his words, I know it's serious.
What would you say to other women who think that who would consider what you just said there as a man being controlling and a man trying to just dominate you?
I would say it's not that. It's just like if I'm really being honest, a lot of women we are emotional, we are erratic. uh, Emotions get heightened, we get very frantic, we get frazzled, and sometimes we do just need to be centered. We just need something to bring us back to reality and like stop being so heated and in that moment. So I do appreciate him for doing that and being like, "Hey, you need to listen to me. You need to calm down. You need to be reasonable." And so
Mm,
I appreciate it honestly on my end because it's like, okay, like, is this really the behavior you want to be showing your daughter? And it's like, okay, no, it isn't. And he's right. Like, you really
mm,
need to check yourself and really think, like, okay, this isn't how we should be.
mm. That's that's a really good answer. And I'm glad that you brought your daughter into it because I feel like people really need to start being aware of their surroundings when they get upset or when they get in a heated situation because there are people who watch that are around and then especially to do that in front of your children it's just like
Mhm.
it's wild, because
Yeah,
they learn everything no matter how small
they
they
do.
are.
She is like literally a little parrot. So it's kind of like I was trying to be like, okay, like when we start to argue, she's like, okay, stop. We'll just table this until she's not around because, like you said, they're literally watching you. So she literally picks up everything we say, everything we do. So, I don't want her to have that behavior in her, or learn
Mm,
that early on
mm,
just to get
yeah,
mad and like yell.
I was thinking that because in the relationships that I've been in, I always try to not argue in front of kids, and it's so hard to not argue in front of kids because if the person that you're with just doesn't want to doesn't listen and just be like just saying whatever they want to say whenever they want to say it without recognizing their surroundings or like children around them, then
Yeah.
it kind of opens that gate to be like, all right, well, there's kids here and you want to argue, so is it okay if I
Mhm.
raise my voice since you're raising your voice? What if I do that? And
Mhm.
it's going to be more terrifying for the children when they see. Oh, well, I guess I'm trying to say is, would it be, in your opinion, would it be more terrifying for the child to see their father lose their temper or to see their mother lose their temper?
Mm, I think it really just depends. Typically it's when I usually think it's when the father loses the temper, just because in my opinion, most dads that I've seen are more like the reserved ones, the ones that are like the moms are more like the rule makers, all that stuff. So it's like, of course, you're gonna expect your mom to be mad about something. But when it comes to your
Mm,
dad, you kind of I feel like it's more serious, when it's coming from a male. But it really just
mm,
depends. If you're a single parent and who's the more dominant one, I guess. It just really depends.
Yeah.
Who's the rule maker? Who's the good cop? Who's the bad cop?
Oh yeah. Depends on that, huh? That makes sense.
hmm
Yeah, that makes sense. When you were growing up, who was the more dominant? Was it your mom?
It was my mom. My mom, like I said, my mom's just been very independent in general. So she's more the dominant one. She's the one that always made the more money. She was the one that always, she's the one with the degree. She's the one that had everything in her name.
Mm.
She's the one that
Where
set
did
the
what?
rules and made the rules.
Right. What do you? How do you see yourself in the relationship? What part do you play?
Um, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little soft, if I'm being honest.
You're a
I just feel
little.
like it's because I'm a little soft. I feel like little
Oh,
Reggie might
soft.
be
Okay.
more of the disciplinarian, but I feel like that may just be because, he has two other kids, so I feel like he's just, more well seasoned than me. And with me, I'm like, she's my baby, it's my first child. I don't want to discipline her. I don't want to, this. So, and he's like, no, you got her out. She's not gonna learn. It's like, all right, like take it from experience and anything. And that's what my mom's saying too. My mom cracks me up. She was like, sometimes she just needs a little smack on the butt. Your generation's all soft. And I was like, well, damn. Cause yeah, I don't.
Do
We
you
don't
see us?
spank her.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good. I honestly don't think that kids learn anything from being spanked. Honestly,
I don't want her to
but I
fear
don't
me.
know.
I
I
feel
mean,
like, hold on. I don't want her to fear me and feel like she can't come to me because that's where situations like that girl and when she threw her baby away, 'cause she felt
oh
like she
yeah,
couldn't
that
tell
was
her
bad.
mom. She could,
True,
she couldn't, do anything. So I feel like I don't want to be that parent. I want her to be able to be like, I can go to you, I can trust you. Like I'm gonna be like, yeah, if you do something wrong, there are consequences that you are gonna have to deal with, but I'll always be there for you. But you do need to understand there are consequences to your actions.
true, true. Do you think that girl was just scared to come to her mom?
I think so, because if you see like the footage, like of them coming to her house to arrest her, her mom was like very defensive too, and they're like, "Well, she's 19, ma'am," and it's like, "Well, if you're very like still that controlling of your daughter at that age, of course she's gonna want to hide that from you."
True. I didn't see that. I didn't see the footage of them arresting her, but I did see the one in the hospital.
Mhm.
Yeah, her mom definitely looked like she had some controlling issues, and she looked like she was very angry and very
Mhm.
controlling. Like, damn, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
I was
fucked up.
kind of I was kind of in a similar situation, but I felt like my mom was just trying to do good because she's a single parent. So I
Hmm.
could see where she was coming from, but it kind of led me to be doing things I shouldn't have been doing too. But if that's going to be happening, like I said, I would have rather have just, you know, been honest. So I would have rather had been like, hey, mom, I'm going to go here. And if something's going to happen, I'm going to need a ride. And that's kind of how I want to be with my daughter. Like, okay, mom, I'm going to go to my friend's house. And if something happens there, I want her to be able to call me and be like, hey, I tried weed for the first time and I'm too high to drive. Can you come get me? I at least want her to be open and honest to say that or something,
True.
rather than her
Are
trying to
you?
drive home or her trying to hide it or her trying to do something and then she's in harm.
Yeah. Are you going to have more children?
I don't really know because I was told like I had a really slim to none chance. So,
Mm.
um, which really up if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, you're open to that. You're open to have more kids if it happens.
Yeah, I am, but
Yeah.
yeah, just if I'm able to.
Yeah, yeah. When your daughter gets old enough, probably Resi is the opposite. I don't know. I'm not sure, but are you guys willing to let her like date. Like I think normal age to date is like what, 15 or 16 or something.
I don't know that. I don't know about dating, but I mean, like everything else. I'd rather her focus on school and stuff like that. I didn't start dating until after high school,
Mm.
so I feel like I said, I was pretty nerdy in high school, so I was on honor roll and stuff like that, and I was pretty more focused on getting good grades and stuff like that. So I feel like it really just depends.
I feel like every dad is super protective of their daughters and be like, nope, she can't date. Nope, she can't talk to the guys or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, let me get some of those comments read. Let me see.
Okay.
That was a good little run of conversation that we just had.
Right.
Let me see. EB says, I think a couple
Oh,
have to
sorry
realize each
again.
other's love language. That goes a long way. You learn when to just let things ride. 29 years of marriage here. Damn, 29 years of marriage. That's a
Right.
long time right there.
That is. Shout out
Always,
y'all.
yeah, shout out to EB. Always remember what made you fall in love. Think back to that during the rough patches.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but is it something to look back on when your partner that you are with now is continuing to disrespect you no matter how much you try to communicate the disrespect and they weren't
Oh,
open
it does.
to those things to change, you know? Is it really worth trying to just patch through things or just to leave? What do you think?
Mm, I think there's only so much you can take before you're like, nah. Um, you got to know your worth, pretty much.
Hmm, true. That's true because both men and women are very valuable. And I feel like I know that women know their value
Mhm.
because they just know. But men tend to have a hard time figuring out what their worth is and whether
I
or
agree.
not they deserve to be treated right or treated disrespectfully or treated respectfully. I feel like that's another reason why I like to do my podcasting and then videos like this too, is so that men can also realize that they have value and they bring value to a relationship and they're not just something to be used, you know, or and that they're not an emotional punching bag for women too. And I also believe that women need to realize that about men too, is that they're not just an emotional punching bag, that they're they're worth more than that, you know. So
Mhm.
definitely gotta men gotta realize that too.
Right. I agree.
Hmm.
Sometimes I feel like Lil Rez is like that. He don't really really see that, and it's like, well, you gotta realize you're a pretty amazing person too.
Yeah, and it sucks that what some women don't realize that about their boyfriends or their husbands. They don't realize how valuable they are. But then someone else comes along into the relationship, and then they're like, "Hey, man, you're real valuable." And then the guy's like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, this person treats me a lot better, you know." And then it's like,
Yeah.
dude, you he wanted to be with you. You could have been with him, but you didn't treat him respectfully. Now he doesn't want to be with you. He wants to be with someone else who respects him. You know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Troy says Jermunson has the clever platform for educational tattoo on his neck. That's cool. Oh, the clever tattoo. This clever tattoo is dedicated to my cousin. I lost him a couple years back.
Mhm.
Author says, "Thank you for finally doing something authentic with doing something I call courageous conversations. This is out and why all our ancestors lived and grew stronger together."
Nice.
Lisa says, from the beginning of a relationship can be the hardest because you're still learning each other's personalities. If love is strong, have respect and patience, it gets easier, but it's not perfect.
Agree.
Would you consider your relationship to be perfect?
No, of course not. We still got a lot to learn about each other, but I don't think anybody's relationship is perfect.
Except for me, lefties. But yeah, I understand.
Right.
Montaigne,
Only
let me see. Huh?
was gonna say if only if y'all got married. Just kidding.
You know what? I mean, if we're not married by 40, I think me and Lefty are gonna be with each other forever.
Yes.
Not married together, but married separately.
Common law.
Yeah. Common law. Yeah, exactly. Well, if it's common law, we've been married for a long ass time now. I am a parent educator and teach parents that there are many different positive ways to discipline your children. You do not need to spank them. Good job, Simone.
Yep.
Let me see. What a hater at Troy Brown. Dang, good example of natives hating on natives. As native, is he hating on someone right now? Troy?
I think he'd
Some
be
he says
joking.
some. Oh, okay. Simone's getting higher than a car loan
Troy's pretty
interest
funny.
rate.
He's always on our lives, so he's always on our lives, and we're pretty like we joke a lot. Me and Lil Rezzy, so I get what Troy is.
Yeah, yeah. You're right, Jermunson. Oh yeah, I know I'm right. I'm just kidding. I'm not right all the time. And then you came full circle with this interview. Good job, Yolanda. Yeah, it really depends on the people that I speak to. Like it just flows, It's just a flow. Like all these questions that I have is not like it's not prepared questions. We just jump on and we just kind of flow. So I think um I think we had some pretty good topics. I think your answers were pretty dope too. So
hmm
I definitely didn't think I would talk to you in this type of manner. I didn't know that we would talk about half of the things that we spoke about. It's pretty cool.
we, yeah, you're pretty chill to talk to. Like Sierra said, like you have a way of getting people to open up and talk to you, and you're not even realizing it.
Mm. I know when we talk to each other, like on when we talk to each other on the live or something, and you're always like, "Yeah, you're just gonna flake on us or something." I always crack up about that. And I saw that tattoo too. Your um your tattoo idea said Jermunson the Flake.
hmm
Right
Hey,
when
at
I
least I
saw that,
wrote
I
it
was like,
nice and pretty.
"Yeah, it was cool." I mean, I got this one. I would have gotten that same tattoo right here too. So Jermunson the Flake.
That would have been funny. That would have been easier to cover up. Just kidding.
Yeah, I don't think I would
You
have
could have
covered
put
that one up though.
Jermunson the
That would
Great. Just kidding.
Yep. Just X out the flake and then put great on the bottom.
Yep.
What do you guys have planned for tomorrow,
Tomorrow was tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday.
Sunday?
Nothing. My mom is going to Washington for a week, so I have to go watch her place in Fort Defiance. So that's why we're here,
Oh, cool.
and that's about it. I'll probably just um do laundry, make a bunch of meals here for little Rezzy to take for when he goes to Durango. Like
So
meal
you'll
prep, I
be
guess, pretty much.
so you'll be home and then Resi will be over there.
Mhm. If he decides to, sometimes she'd be like, "I want to come. I want to come see
Yeah,
you."
yeah. Men don't want to be away from the people they love, man. He's gonna come
Mhm.
back. So
Mhm.
when he first did that the other day, I was like, yeah, that dude loves her because he doesn't care about how far it takes to get back, and then go back. Like, that's what's up. I used to do that at one point, but I had to
Mhm.
stop. Yeah, you're
Well,
lucky. You're a lucky girl.
I
Huh?
am. I really am. He is like he's pretty amazing. Like I said, he like you said, distance doesn't matter. He's just like, okay, I'm there. If I need him, he's there. Like when anything happens, if I call him, he'll like put down everything. He'll be like, I'm there. Like when that whole thing
Mm-hmm.
happened with me at work where somebody was threatening me, he was like, okay, I'm there. And it was just like,
Mm.
that's all I need, somebody to be there for me when anybody else can't. And I feel like that's why my family loves him so much too, because we're so close knit and they know that I'm okay with him, like I'm pretty safe with him.
Mm. Do you think do you think every woman feels that they need something like that for someone to be there to support them emotionally and like physically and protect them and stuff?
Um, I feel like for in my perspective, honestly, with me, because I'm a very like I'm pretty girly, like I'm a girl type of girl, like of course you see my nails done. How am I gonna chop wood with these? I mean, I don't mind squaring up with somebody, but other than that, I don't know how I'm gonna do anything else. I have a hard time cooking fish out of pickles. There's just certain things I can't do, so I do appreciate that manliness that he has, and I think that's what attracted to me like a lot to him was like how he's able to do all that. He's able to build a house, he's able to hunt, he's able to fish, he's able to fix a ride. He's just able to do all those manly things that you would need like basic survival. So,
Mm,
and I've never had anybody like that, so it was kind of like, wow.
that's some good qualities in someone
Mhm.
who can do all of those things. And I'm pretty sure
Right?
that you have your qualities that makes him that makes him need you around too. Otherwise, he wouldn't be driving all the way from there all the way back over there to see you,
Yeah.
But Chris, oh my God, Christmas said, for real, lucky. I asked Byron to come see me one time, and he asked for gas money. That's a lie. That's got to be a joke. I don't believe that.
Right?
Fuck. Come see me,
Um,
babe. Oh, you got some gas money?
Byron's
I
so
think
funny. He's so goofy.
I think that's a lie. That's cat. That's a cat. I don't see Byron doing that. Fuck. Well, maybe
Right,
I'm gonna
Byron?
share. I'm gonna save that
Byron's
comment,
cool.
and I'm gonna save that comment, and then I'm gonna ask Christmas that about that when I ever do this
He's
interview
on
with her or
screenshot.
this conversation. I'm a screenshot right now. I'm writing it down right now.
Notes, Christmas. Oh
Let's
man.
see.
Right, I can't wait to see
I
that. I want Christmas to go on.
She said no lie. I don't know. Christmas, if that's the case, then you gotta start searching for someone else. Just kidding. Probably
Damn.
Laguna. They'll jog over there to you ASAP. Dang. Yolanda says, I think Christmas is telling the truth. Oh my gosh. Man, yeah, definitely people are gonna tune into that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's crazy. Um, do you have other something to say to the people who are watching? Actually, for everybody who is in a relationship, what type of advice would you give to them?
Yeah, let me know. Or who's been married for a long time, because like we're about we're gonna get married soon. So does anything change after marriage? Some people be saying things change and all that stuff. Let me know, but I don't know. Like, who knows?
What type of advice would you give to people who are in a relationship or considering to be in one?
Um, you gotta be best friends. I'm gonna tell you that much. You gotta be willing to pretty much bare your heart, bare your soul, be able to show yourself at your lowest point and have them still be there for you, at your weakest
Mm,
moment, and they'll still be there for you. Just things like that. It's when you're able to be vulnerable around that person and okay and not feel embarrassed about it.
mm. What
Yeah.
about as far as somebody who's in school or pursuing their degree and being a mom, like a full time mom? For the ladies, give some advice to the ladies out there.
Um, I would say just keep going. Like you have to have a good support system, and I have a great support system. I have Lil Reggie. He is always willing to watch baby girl, pick her up from daycare, do whatever. He loves our baby. So, and
Mm,
then my mom, of course, she's very supportive. She's willing to, watch her whatever she needs. She helps me with pretty much everything. I can ask my mom anything and she'll do it. So it's just having that support system. Find a good support system. Don't give up. If you feel like you're gonna give up, use those resources because a lot of colleges have all those resources. There's a lot of things they could do. There's from like financial aid, from like counseling if you need it, food pantries, if you need help with like rent, if you're looking for a place to stay, they can help with anything. So just like use those resources around you. It's in your tuition, so I would take advantage of them. things
Mm,
like that.
it's good advice.
Mhm. Like, don't be ashamed, you know what I mean? Like, it's okay to ask for help. It really is. Like, you can't always be like, yeah, I know like women always want to be strong. They always want to be the rock of the family. They always want to be, like, like tough, but it's like it's okay to ask for help sometimes, you know. We always can't carry that burden. We always need a break.
True.
There's times where like I need break where like I'm just like so anxious or I have so much on my plate and I'm like breaking down and there's just like, my mom's like, okay, well like I'll go ahead and watch baby, and like have low res go take you somewhere, like just go chill, you guys go have alone time to yourself, things like that, it's just very helpful.
Mm. Yeah, that's good advice. Not nobody can be like solid 100% of the time throughout their whole life. I hate to say
Literally.
it, but yeah, you ladies can't do it. If
Mhm.
I mean men can't do
Literally.
it neither. Yeah, we all can't. We
Nobody
don't have
can.
the yeah, it's just a matter of time when you're gonna break down and you're gonna need someone
Mhm.
by your side, and that's just the reality of life. And if they're
Yeah.
if they're going, they're going, and then it's like you see them and they're just so strong all the time. Guarantee it. Sometime, somewhere, they break down with a certain person, or it's just a matter of time.
Mhm. It is.
Hmm. So you said you have a year left of school, right?
Two.
Was it a
I'm a
year?
junior now.
T-
Mhm.
2 more years. 2 more years left of
Yep.
school. And then, are you guys planning on moving anywhere, or just staying in Colorado?
Well, of course, Lil Reggie wants to start his business, but we got to get all the logistics of that worked out. I could help him and everything. It's just us getting, 'cause, you've got to write business plan, you've got to write everything, you've got to have everything pretty much set up before you want to go talk to somebody, you want to open a space, you got to have like a whole vision ahead of time, and we've got to sit down and talk about that, talk about where we want it to go, what type of business we're looking at, um, just a lot of things, location, demographic, who we're trying to, our target audience.
Hmm.
So it's kind of just like a lot of things that we have to think about before. And that's not something that can be done overnight. It's like a lot of, if it's like a business, you want it to succeed. So it's like a lot of trial and error, a lot of research, a lot of doing stuff. So I feel like maybe by the time I'm done with school, by then we'll have that all settled. But I know eventually he wants to open up his own business, and I'm all for his dreams. I want him to
Hmm.
succeed. I want him to be happy. He's very good at what he does. So it's like, you know, that's why he is in the situation where he's at right now. So it's like I want him to be able to have his own business. I want him to be able to do what he wants to do. I want him to be able to have that flexibility. Like he earned it. Like I said, he's pretty much been taking care of himself since he was young, like a young man. So it's like just to him to be able to stand back and be like, okay, I finally made it and I did it. It's just like that'd be so happy for me to see, like him just doing it on his own pretty much and finally
Hmm.
making it to where he wants.
Hmm.
So hopefully,
Well,
he wants to do that in New Mexico. So we'll see.
it's a big smile on my face when you said New Mexico.
I know.
You know what? Honestly, I think when you guys get to that point in your life, I probably won't be in New Mexico anymore. I don't
Hmm.
see myself living in New Mexico forever.
Yeah, it's
I
understandable.
love yeah, I love New Mexico. I love Albuquerque, but I think at some point in my life I gotta leave and go somewhere else. I'm not sure where I would go though. I mean, I do
Hmm.
have a house in Blue Gap. I can go back to Arizona, but I don't think I'm ready to settle down yet in Arizona.
Yeah, of course. Nobody really
Yeah.
wants. Oh no, we don't want to settle down yet either. Like we want to be somewhere where we like we always see what we see ourselves is somewhere like out in the country, eventually in like a cabin in a nice, built house by Lil Resi with a nice yard, just out there because we're pretty like free people. We like to have our dog. We like to smoke, of course. We like to be loud. We like to party. We like to have friends over. We like to have family over. So, eventually we want to land a piece of land somewhere where we could do all that. And it's just trying to find that right place. And I really like
Mm,
Colorado. So I'm really set on Colorado because it's so pretty there. Like, why wouldn't you want to live anywhere else? But I also can't be too far, like Lil Ricey said, from my mom, because again, my mom's like my main support system. So I don't know.
true,
It's really hard. So
true. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody's excited to see you guys' adventure, your future, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a YouTube channel when you guys decide to do all those things. So
hmm
we are probably all gonna witness you guys' growth and you guys' the business, where you guys move and things like that. So that'd be pretty dope to watch.
yeah, I think so
Where you
too.
get as far as your YouTube channel, what do you see it becoming like with the next, I don't know,
Um,
5 years or so?
I don't know. We want to be able to not just be stuck in the native audience. Like I feel like we're pretty we're pretty open people. We're pretty out there. We like to try new things. We aren't closed minded, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
We're pretty open, so I feel like we're for everybody. You know what I mean? You could find a little something in us. Everybody could find a little something of themselves in us.
true. But you guys are for sure gonna keep up with the YouTube for for life or for a couple years or
Maybe for a few years, see how it goes. Like I said, just see where we're going. Like right now, we're doing pretty good. Like shout out to everybody subscribing. Like our numbers are going pretty good, pretty steady.
Mhm.
So we thank
So if,
everybody.
yeah, if anybody out there who is watching and listening and hasn't yet subscribed to Little Rezzy's Family of Three, make sure you guys go and do that. Go subscribe to Little Rezzy's Family of Three. Follow their channel and then press subscribe or the notification bell so that you get notified every time they post a video.
Exactly.
And yeah, is there any last words you want to say to everybody who's watching?
Um, no, and not really. I feel like just stay true to yourself. Like that's all we've ever done. We haven't. We're pretty honest people. Like we said, we're pretty open people. We don't judge. We don't anything. You know what I mean? We get to know you. I feel like we don't. Yeah, like I said, we pretty much don't judge. So just like I said, be yourself. Don't let anybody tell you anything. If somebody says, don't do that, you're not this, you're not right for that person. There's always somebody else out there. You're right for somebody else. Whether it
Hmm.
be in relationship, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be in like life or whatever. It's just like don't let anybody take that shine away.
True. Amen. Amen, Simone. Let me read some of these
Mhm.
comments right here, right? Before
Yeah.
we take off, I'll read some of these comments. Serious Seven family says first year of marriage is definitely hard. Montana says I've been married for 40 plus years. Be honest, open, and understanding, but most importantly is trust your partner. Mm. Troy says, Simone, how many credits you do a semester?
12 to 15.
12 to 50. So damn, you're full time all the time, huh?
Yep, I am.
Wow. Yolanda says, I speak blessings over you and Lower Resi. Your hearts are huge, especially wanting to build a ramp for Mama Bear.
Yeah, no problem. They're good friends of ours, and they're really, if you think like we're wholesome and we're like open-hearted and have big hearts, you haven't seen Res Life, you haven't met Brandon and Pam. They're like the most sweetest down-to-earth couple that we've ever met, and that's the people that we look up to. That's the couple that we look up to and inspire to be like, they've
Mm,
been through so much, and look at them now and look at how they're just each other's support system. That's just like that's an admirable couple right there.
mm, true. So if you guys didn't know, Res Life, Brandon and Pam got into a bad accident, and I did mention before the YouTube live, this live, that they have a Cash App posted. So if you guys want to help them in any way with like some money, feel free to go to this Cash App that I just commented, $ Res Life YT, and feel free to just send whatever, $1, $5, anything can literally help because they're going through a rough time right now. So if you guys could do that, and if you guys are praying people, feel free to send them a prayer, and let's all support them because they need some help right now. So if you guys could do that, that would be super dope.
Exactly.
Christmas says with us as neighbors. I think that's when
Heck yeah,
when
Christy. We
yeah,
could
when you
have
guys,
barbecues.
hell yeah, and don't forget to invite me 2 days before.
So you can make the trip out, and then you can sleep in Lil Reggie's man cave. Just kidding.
Dang, for real. Troy Brown says, no, he is not doing it on his own, Simone. He is doing it with you and your baby. Y'all are his biggest support system. It's a man's world, but would not be anything without his woman and kids. True. A lot of the things that men do, they definitely have the support of their wife, girlfriend, or their kids, or even their mom and their family. So
Yeah.
Rezi is definitely not doing it by himself. You're for sure helping him out, like,
Mhm.
because like I said,
Yeah.
he wouldn't drive all the way from there to there just to see you, just for the fun of it, because you're a real big support system in his life, and I could see that because
Mhm.
yeah, when I hang out with him, and he's very considerate of you and your baby, like he always tries to check on you, and then if it's not the right time to do anything, I could see that he loves you guys very much. So that's
Mhm.
pretty cool. It was, you guys are lucky to have each other.
Thank you. And he's lucky to
Hmm.
have you. He really don't have a lot of friends, but he really enjoys talking to you. So that's why I'm like, all right, he's cool. Just kidding.
hopefully, hopefully, he's able to sleep over sometimes. Just kidding. He
That's
doesn't
on
play
him
video
if you
games,
don't
does
get
he?
homesick. No, he don't.
Yeah. See, me and him will click because I don't play video games either. I wanted to invite him over so that we can do a podcast for Spotify, but um, I don't know. I
I
just
know we
didn't
were
think
in
anybody
such a
would have time.
rush.
Yeah, it's
Next
all good
time,
though.
though,
Next
I
time.
know he wants to. Yeah, I know he really wants to like hang out with you and stuff, which is cool. I could go hang out with my sister. I love hanging out with her.
Yeah, yeah. We won't do anything stupid neither. Because when I'm with my homies that are in relationship, I don't allow them to fuck around or do dumb
Mm,
shit with women. I know he wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying, like, when I have homies that I hang out with, I don't do that because I rarely do anything by myself. Like when I was in a relationship, I wouldn't, step out of my boundary when I hung out with my guy friends.
mhm.
You know, guy friends would be like, let's go to strip club and shit like that. I'm like, nah, dude. Like, never did that when I was in a relationship. So
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to add any type of like pressure around my
Mm,
homies and their ladies. Kind of try to keep that respect there. So
mhm.
you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I know you're pretty boring. Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm a boring ass dude. Let's see. Yolanda says, "I love when you talk about Blue Gap Touchy. Hell yeah, Blue Gap Touchy is my home. That's where my heart is. Blue Gap Touchy." Lisa says, "My first 7 years of marriage was rocky, but once we both made some changes, it got easier. Now going on 23 years of marriage, the love grew so much stronger. Much respect, communication, love, and patience is key for us."
Mhm.
Damn, 23 years. 23 years is a long ass time.
Right.
Sierra Johnson says, listening and enjoying the live so far with a smiley face and a thumbs up.
Nice. Thanks.
Anna Lynn says,
Wait,
huh?
wait, 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 wait. This person asked why I'm sitting in my car, because let me answer that. Because I know it might be weird, but because I have a 2-year-old and I don't, she's trying to get ready to go down for bed, and if she sees me, she's just not gonna want to go down. And if you saw the live earlier, she was here a couple of times trying to come in, but that's why I got a
Yeah,
toddler.
because she has a toddler. Oh yeah, why
Gotta
is she
find some
sitting in?
alone
Why is she
time.
in the car? Yeah, yeah. Oh, it reminds me. What do you do when you're for your alone time?
Um, I usually just like I like to be outside, so I go like in Durango, I'll go like to like near the river or something. Like I'll go take Axel or something. I keep saying or something, but I'm trying to think. I'm getting sleepy. But no, I'll go to the river down by Durango. I'll find a spot and I'll just smoke or I'll read a book. It's pretty much what I'll do
Hmm.
for alone time. Just try to think. Because I don't
You
really
take
get like
alone
a
time
lot of
often?
alone time.
No.
No, I really don't. I don't get a lot of alone time. Because like it's uh kind of hard with the baby and little Reggie working. But again, I understand because with him, it's like not something where it's like his work is in town or something like that. No, it's like driving an hour away. Like you know what you've experienced,
Hmm.
you know how far away it is. So it's like
Hmm.
not something where it's just like that. So it's kind of hard. And I know, like I said, after work, he just wants to relax. So, but when I do get alone time, yes, I like to go to somewhere that's in nature. I like to read a book. I like to be in nature. Lil Rezzy always says I'm a hippie at heart.
Yeah, it's important that you spend some time alone for sure. So
Hmm.
sometimes this week you got to find that time and then just be by yourself. It's healthy for
Right?
you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Annalyn says, "Love the live, guys. Good questions and great responses. Y'all have a good, blessed night. You too, Annalyn."
Thanks, Onalan. Good night.
Christia
Yeah.
said, also being strong for each other when your partner needs you to be.
Yes.
Mm, is there a PO box we can send money to? I don't think so. I don't think. Did you hear anything about PO box?
No, I don't think so. But I think you should reach out to probably Res Life, either somewhere I know. Um, yeah, I'll try to reach out.
Yeah, feel free to comment on one of their videos. Just search them up on YouTube and ask them because I don't know anything about a PO box. I only know about their Cash App.
Mhm.
Cynthia says, "So nice listening. More and more, more and more. Thanks for your time. Yep, you're welcome." Troy says, "Jamunson, be a good friend because you don't drink. A friend I need for real, for real."
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of my values, but I don't think my friends take advantage of that thing about me.
Yeah.
Because I would never be like, "Yo, give me a beer, dog." I'll be like, "Man, why the fuck you drinking that, dude? Why you gotta drink?" But to each their
Mhm.
own. Like I always say, I'm pretty simple: homework and gym. That's how boring I am. Tanya says, "Hey, Tanya, you and I have something in common." I don't go to the gym though. I go rock climb, rock climb. Well, I think we can end it here. Are you cool with ending it here?
Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and I hope y'all have a good night. Thank you, Jamunson, for having me and talking to me. Like I said, it felt like I was just talking to a homie on FaceTime. You know what I mean? Um, and thanks for being Lil Reggie's friend. Like I said, I know he really like looks up to you and likes talking to you. So keep checking up on him.
I will. Yeah, he's my boy. Thank you too for spending 2 hours, almost 3 hours with us. I appreciate you guys for tell Rezi I said thank you too for holding it down inside or whatever's happening. But thank
Yeah,
you
he
for
is with our baby.
thank you for answering those questions. I know some of them probably felt like a little personal, but thank you for answering
Hmm.
them, and thank you for answering them the way you did too, because it definitely made a difference in the whole conversation. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Well. Bye, guys.
Hey, good night.
Night. If I, if I can.
Oh, sorry. I ended on her before she was saying something. But yo, I appreciate you guys for watching again. Shout out to Lil Rezzy and Family of Three. Shout out to Symone. And like I said, if you guys want to make any donations to Res Life, feel free to check their live, and they have a cash app $ Res Life YT. And I appreciate you guys' time. It was a good live. Yeah, you guys definitely enjoyed that one. I enjoyed it too. Great questions and answers. She enjoyed it. Good night. Kristen says, good live, great live. Good night, Jermonson. Great convo. Yeah, definitely a good conversation that she and I had. So I had one planned for next Wednesday, but I had that one rescheduled. So I think I'm looking more forward to next Friday for the next one. I'm not too sure yet. I still sent some emails out, so we'll see who replies and who's down to take the spot for next Wednesday. So I wanted one that happened next Wednesday. So we'll see how that one goes though. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a good night. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you later. All right, peace out. Good night. Be oh.